The Jake Asman Show will begin shortly. Thanks to all these great Patreon members who help support the show. Get your super chats ready. Jake will be here in just a moment. If you love the New York Jets, this is the place to be. And now, the Jake Asman Show.
An SNY Jets analyst has some questions about the Jets' current regime. Are they fair? We'll talk about that and much more. Dylan Tereman's going to join us. It's the Jake Asman Show. Let's go, Yanks. Let's hit it and get it started.
The 2025 New York Jets season is officially here. Can Aaron Glenn lead the team back to the playoffs and finally deliver on the promise this roster has shown? Every step of the journey, the Jake Asman Show will have you covered, breaking down all the storylines, every game, and everything in between. Please subscribe and hit the like button below. Super Chats, baby. Cut the line. The Jake Asman Show starts right now.
Here we go. Ladies and gentlemen, lot to talk about with the New York Jets. The latest injury report for Jets Cowboys is out. The Jets have added a new running back after officially placing Braylon Allen on injured reserve. And as I mentioned in the soft open, Connor Rogers, SNY Jets analyst, had some significant questions about the future of this organization if the season continues to go the way it's been going. With that, we say hello to our guest every Thursday at this time, DT. Dylan Tereman joins us now. Hello, Dylan.
What's up, Jake? Hello, everybody in the chat. Happy Thursday, and one day removed from that debacle.
Another day removed from Jets Dolphins. Another day closer to Jets Cowboys. It's interesting. We haven't had too many people call in yet and say the Jets are winning Sunday. Usually that starts on Thursday, but because the game was Monday, I think we'll probably get some of those calls on the show tomorrow, maybe Saturday if I do a Saturday show.
Well, let me be the first caller to say we're going to win on Sunday. What better time than week 5, right? Like what the hell is stopping us?
If history wants to repeat itself,
we ourselves are stopping. Yeah, we ourselves are stopping us at the current moment. But what is stopping us from repeating that same trend? I know you sent me that great information packet in that email. And yeah, you can't go 0-5. We've been here before, 0-4 facing the Cowboys. Let's do the same thing. Let's get a deep shot to Arian Smith, just like Sam Darnold did to Robbie Anderson, and get this thing rolling, guys. Come on.
No Jets team with a first-time head coach has ever started 0-5. So Aaron Glenn trying to avoid history, the wrong kind of history.
The wrong kind. We're not building statues for this kind of history making here.
No, we are definitely not. If you're watching live, please click the like button. Make sure you are subscribed to the channel. Dylan, we got a lot to talk about. I want to play you the comments from Connor Rogers, but let's start with some news. The Jets signed a running back earlier today. They signed Khalil Herbert, who has been in the NFL for a bunch of years. He's been on a bunch of different teams. He was most recently with the Indianapolis Colts. He comes from Virginia Tech. He was a 6th-round pick of the Chicago Bears in 2021, so former teammate of Justin Fields. In 2024, he was traded to the Bengals, where he played 8 games with 1 start. Most recently, he was on the Seattle Seahawks practice squad. He does also have some kick return experience, so I know you and I were talking about that off air. Perhaps he's someone that could be an option this week. Give us your initial reaction to the Jets adding a running back after putting Braylon Allen on injured reserve.
Yeah, well, first off, Braylon goes to IR, so it's minimum 4 games, and from the reporting, it seems like it's going to be probably a lot longer than that. I don't want to speculate on how much longer, but it's going to probably be more than 4 games. So that's a killer blow, right? Braylon was at times the better runner on this team. Even when Breece was running well, it felt like Braylon was running better at times on Monday. So it was a tough blow to see him get hurt. Obviously, he had the crucial fumble that really changed the complexion of the entire game. But you flip it over to Khalil Herbert, they obviously had to add somebody. They weren't going to just elevate Lawrence Toafili from the practice squad, although he is a capable back. They needed somebody with more experience. You hit on it a little bit, the kick return experience he has. So hopefully he brings that element of it where we can use him over Isaiah Williams. But the one thing that goes to my mind because of his I guess, familiarity with Justin Fields. He was a 6th-round pick the same year Justin was the 1st-round pick for Chicago. The screen game. Finally, can we get something going with the running back screen game? I know people are asking for tight end screens and this and that. Even a wide receiver screen would be nice here and there. But a running back screen is something that I only saw once on film against the Dolphins, and the play blew up. And Fields had to run out of the pocket like instantly. So it wasn't a situation where he could even look for the screen. But they're not doing it. So hopefully Khalil Herbert, he is a shifty, speedier back in my opinion. He's not that bruiser like Braylon Allen. I don't think they have the same stylistic play, but I think Khalil Herbert could get that screen game going, which we desperately need to get Fields comfortable in a rhythm earlier on in these games so that he's playing with confidence.
I think it's one of those things where there was a lot of talk about Breece Hall's future. The injury to Braylon Allen, I'd be shocked if Breece is traded now, even if the Jets are out of it. I think that's one other angle I haven't heard a whole lot of people talk about. I think Breece is here to stay.
As soon as Braylon went down and it looked like a multi-week injury, it never made sense. And it's still, I mean, it didn't make sense beforehand because we're a bad team and bad teams have bad players, from the outside perspective. So they're going to try to get cents on the dollar for some of our best players. So Breece Hall never made sense to get rid of. And then you add the Allen injury on top of it. And yeah, that's going to take you right up and then probably through not only the bye week, but the deadline with Braylon Allen now. So what are you going to rely on Breece to be your bell cow up until the second you trade him and then hope Braylon comes back healthy? It never made sense for me to trade Breece to begin with. And this just makes it that much harder. And you're not going to deplete your running back room, which is supposed to be your bread and butter.
Jets Cowboys on Sunday. Injury report for the New York Jets. Let's talk about that. We already told you that Braylon Allen is going on injured reserve, so he's out for 4 games, as Dylan pointed out. Jermaine Johnson, you look at the injury report, and I'm going to put it up on the screen for everyone to see. He was a DNP again today. Not a great sign for Jermaine's availability on Sunday. I don't think they're going to put him back out there unless he practices at least once. Fridays are typically a walkthrough, and it's a short week. So the fact that Jermaine Johnson did not practice again today, that does not bode well for his availability for Sunday.
Yeah, I would assume that to be the case. DNPs both days, short week, like you said. He did go from week to week to day, according to AG, as well as Kene and Wangu. Obviously, they're both not participating on a Thursday short week. We already know Michael Carter's been ruled out. So of those injured players, those top 3 guys, I wouldn't expect to see any of them on Sunday. And I'd be pleasantly surprised if we got Nwangu. And I mean, if we got JJ back this week, that would just be huge. But I do think it is at least a 1 more week injury. But now you got to go into the territory of probably admitting that Allen was right. If he misses this week and next week, that is 4 weeks. And he could have went on short-term IR like Allen said. So I hate to say Allen was correct, but if he misses next week as well, we're in that territory.
Yep. I mean, hopefully he's back next week. Look, if he went from week to week to day, I think he will be back next week as well. So we'll see. Michael Carter's not going to play. He hasn't been ruled out officially, but short week, and he had a concussion. I doubt we see him. Brownlee's going to play. I mean, another day for Jarvis Brownlee Jr. as a full participant coming off that ankle injury. So he's going to make his Jet debut. We did some film breakdown yesterday with Joe Blowett on the channel, and he showed some nice plays of Brownlee. DT, give us your thoughts on what we can expect from him in this defense.
Yeah, I was very encouraged by the end of Joe Blewett's film review. I was not very optimistic about the first part of it where he's showing the defense just getting shellacked by Tua Tagovailoa repeatedly. It's like, how many times do we have to let Tua do the thing against the Jets defense, right? And it was a bad beginning of the film review. The Brownlee stuff was encouraging. I personally think they're going to play him in the slot. AG obviously has talked about his versatility, that he can play inside, he can play on the boundary. There's no need to say that he can play on the boundary because he's the 5th guy if he was playing on the boundary. He's behind Quantez, behind AZ, and then obviously Stevens and Sauce. Now, if you're going to make wholesale changes to this defense and you're going to play Stevens at safety and AZ at the boundary, then sure, now you're talking about him as your 3rd or 4th option on the boundary, depending on which side you want him to play on. I think he's going in the slot, and Michael Carter's injury is, I guess, timely for this, right? Because now you have no choice but to put Brownlee in the slot, where I think they were going to try to like toe the water a little bit and play Michael Carter, Malachi Moore, and Brownlee all in the slot as like a platoon role. But now I think Brownlee being healthy and ready to go, he's going to be the starting slot. Malachi Moore, I would mix in there. or I would just put Malachi Moore back at safety with like Brandon Stevens or something. Get Cisco, get Tony Adams not playing 100% of the snaps, because Tony Adams playing 100% of the snaps is awful. It's egregious.
It just has never made any sense why he continues to play as much as he does. And once again, Tony Adams was brought back by this regime. He wasn't a holdover. They chose to bring him back. And that's been some of my criticisms of Glenn and Muji when people are like, oh, it's not their team. Well, a lot of this team they could have moved on from, like Aaron Rodgers and Devontae Adams. They did that. But then they're keeping Tony Adams, Michael Clemens, Xavier Gibson around, Alan Lazard. Like, that to me is baffling. But the Tony Adams thing, man, I mean, let's give Malachi Moore a real chance. I like his upside. You drafted him. Let's see what he could do. It can't be any worse.
Woody publicly made one personnel decision about this team, and by God, he's 100%. He's accurate. Pulling Tony Adams off the lineup last year when he did was the right move, and it's still the right move a year later. And it's ridiculous that he survived the owner calling him, to be benched, actually getting benched, coming back because they had injuries and had no choice but to play him. And then he gets a $3 million extension because of the accelerator bonuses that he hit by playing when he shouldn't have been playing the first time. So yeah, Tony Adams to me is ridiculous. I tried to buy in. I was like, tell me the one thing Tony Adams does well. I'll believe you until I see he can't do it. He can't do it. Like, I don't care that he communicates and gets everybody lined up back there, because as soon as they call hike, nobody's in the right spot anyway. So it does not matter how much you communicate back there if nothing is working. So Tony Adams to me, I'm calling for him before Brandon Stevens. I know Brandon Stevens had a bad start to the year, but the last 2 games have been more encouraging from Brandon Stevens on film. There have been warts. Obviously, every single person has a wart. It's like they get in the defensive huddle, they flip a coin or pull straws, and whoever gets the shortest straw, they have to mess up on that play. That's what it seems like with this defense. And Tony Adams pulls the short straw 65% of the time.
It really is amazing how just out of sync in every game the secondary and the linebackers are. Like, the communication breakdowns. And this last week in particular, anytime Tua had play action and they all bit. Like, this is one of the worst Jet defenses I've ever seen through the first 4 games of the year, Dylan. It's just horrible.
This is shades of 2021. And I know you did the whole going over the roster. I would take that front 7 more than I would take this front 7 right now. That defensive
even if
front
Jermaine's healthy?
No, but Jermaine's not healthy. And he hasn't
so
been
you're saying right now.
2.5 games. Right now, yeah. The way it's been the last at least 2 games, because Tampa Bay, he wasn't there either. So, yeah, since Tampa Bay, I would have taken the 2021 front 7. Obviously, the defensive secondary we think has way more talent this year, but I would take half of that one and half of this one, and maybe you have a good defense or a subpar defense, but right now it's not good. There's nothing good about any level other than number 95 and sometimes number 91, Jawan Briggs.
Jawan Briggs, one of the good personnel moves that Darren Muji made, getting him and Harrison Phillips for 6th-round picks before the year started. Just unreal. Ladies and gentlemen, our first super chat of the day that someone actually paid for comes from an arch nemesis of the show, 6 Rings, who's operating under the name Tom Brady 12. He says, Jets, the 5th team in the past 90 years to be 0-4 without a takeaway. Shades of Lou and Adam Gase. 6 Rings, you're not even a real Patriots fan. You rock other division rivals gear. And with the power vested in me, I'm not going to wait for someone to bounty you. I'm going to do it myself. Farewell.
Now look what you've done, 6 Rings. You fake Pats fraud. No more protection from the Asmaniacs. Had to cut you off and cast you out with the Sodomites. Some time in here will make you feel like you've been run over by the lane train. You understand me? You catch my drift? Give them another 24 hours to think about it.
See ya. 6 Rings. Don't have time for your nonsense. Adam Gase is watching the show. Speaking of the devil, he writes in, bring me back, Jake. I never had a chance with a roster this good. I could get Fields throwing deep and will unlock the screen/RPO game. I promise. Peyton Manning vouched for me.
And Jet fans are clueless. I mean, they're dopes. They don't know anything. This is a really good hire. Gase is a great coach. Okay, Adam Gase is Kyle Shanahan before Kyle Shanahan. Gase is a great coach.
I will say this, Dylan. We do need Aaron Glenn to channel his inner Adam Gase for at least this week, because Adam Gase was 0-4 in his first year coaching the Jets. They played the Cowboys in week 5. Sam Darnold returned from mono, and it was one of the rare regular season Jets wins during this playoff drought. That was a lot of fun to watch. So hopefully Glenn, for at least a game, could go full Adam Gase and get this win on Sunday.
Yeah, that was one of the games where I believed in Sam Darnold wholeheartedly. I was ready to, lay on the sword for Sam after that performance coming back from mono. The funniest part is with Gase is like the opening script for the Jets, which is only thing Gase could ever do right, was they're fine. The opening scripts for this team are fine. They scored a field goal, I believe, against Pittsburgh. Their first drive. No, they scored a touchdown, I believe, against Pittsburgh. No, it was a field goal to open up. But they scored on every drive, or should have scored on every drive. Obviously, Buffalo, that's a debacle. But Monday night, they were half a yard away. Like, the opening script has been fine for the Jets. So Adam Gase still rendered useless in my mind in this world. But the fact that it's even a conversation is bad. But I like Engstrand.
I like Engstrand too. I think he's done a solid job with some limited resources. But, I mean, the defense, God, Steve Wilks. We'll get into him, Dylan. I don't know if you saw some of his comments today, but when you look at this defense right now, Wilks talking about the fact that, hey, they need to go out there and, they need to be able to finish. And I'm looking at like these comments, man, and I'm like, what do you mean? You got to finish. You guys aren't even you're not even in like the screen to finish some of these plays. Like, I think the question was specifically, hey, how come you guys haven't forced any turnovers? And he's like, well, we just got to finish. And it's like, but they haven't even come close in most of these games to even like getting a hand on the ball to potentially come up with an interception. You got guys running so open. So let's talk about this defense, right? Like we've been talking about it throughout the week. What changes can they make specifically there to try and fix this team?
I said it last week. I'll say it again, and it's not really a uncommon take. It's pretty much been kind of echoed a lot now. You have to get a little bit bigger on your defensive front, whether it's Briggs on the outside, Quinnen on the outside. If Jermaine is not going to be back, and it doesn't look like he's going to be, you have to have your best 4 players on the defensive front, however it happens. And that includes Will McDonald. Put Will McDonald out there on the rundowns. If he's a little bit more tired on the passing situations, that's fine. That's unfortunately how it has to be. I'm not going to kill Michael Clemens, because watching the tape, I felt like he was, for his standards, a much improved defender on Monday night, but he shouldn't be out snapping Will McDonald by 10 snaps, right? It should have been the inverse. Will had 41 and Clemens has 31. I don't care what the game script says. He is a decent enough run defender. Will McDonald, I'm speaking about. He's a decent enough run defender that he has to be out there in your front 4. So if you want a front 4 of McDonald next to Phillips, next to Briggs, next to Quinnen on the edge, like, I don't care how you have to make it work. You have to get bigger. You have to get tougher. Quinnen has been doing great in the run game. I want to see a little bit more pop in the pass game, but he's literally the only defensive lineman who's consistent week in and week out. Obviously, Briggs is younger and needs to come up still, but Harrison Phillips has had his blunders here and there. I think he's been fine. Second level, Malgoa can't be playing 90% of the snaps. You have to figure it out if it's Cam Jones or one of the other guys. I know Jackson Sermon's still on this practice squad. I don't know who the other guy is. I know they released Ben Neiman. I'll pull it up quick. They have Boog Smith. They have Mikel Walker. Mikel Walker made the very first play of the kickoff. He made a great form tackle on special teams. And I'm like, okay, I like that. And then you see 90% of Malgoa on linebacker. And I'm like, okay, I get it. He's been here. But Mikel Walker should get a chance, in my opinion. So linebacker needs to change. Jamie and Sherwood single-handedly concussed Michael Clemens on a tackle attempt. He just friendly fire, crown to the ear hole, and put Michael Carter out of the game. So Jamie and Sherwood, without Quincy Williams, it's going to be a lot worse looking for Jamie and Sherwood. And then on the back end, yeah, I kind of said my changes. Stevens to safety. When Michael Carter's healthy, you play him back at safety. I think that might help him and his confidence, because right now he just can't play press man coverage right now. He's falling all over the field. He's like anticipating or guessing, and it's stuff that I feel like he's never done before. And I don't know if it's the injuries that are hurting him or like affecting his psyche, but like when guys get injured, sometimes that happens. So if you're putting him, 8-10 yards back off the line of scrimmage, and he has more time to react to these coverages and can diagnose and can read keys better from that level, then that's fine. You play him, you play Stevens back there. Then you got Sauce and AZ on the boundary with Jarvis in the slot. That's the 11 I'm going with. And from come hell or high water, something's got to change, because the guy who's creating the scheme says it's not the scheme's fault and won't take any accountability for it. Something's got to change. I understand he's not the one out there biting on play actions. He's not the one out there letting a former rapper freeze us like Papa Doc in 8 Mile. Like, I get it. He's not the guy out there doing it, but he's putting these guys in the wrong positions. If Sauce is in a man corner, Sauce is in a man corner. You go back to playing zone. I just looked at all the nerd analytics on Sauce Gardner, and he's all the way up here and everybody else is all the way down here, like Zach Wilson style. And it's like the inverse of Zach Wilson charts that we all know about. Like, Sauce is a great corner and he's just not being used right. If that's the case, you got to go back to zone. So that's the 11 I'm sticking with. And I don't like what Wilkes has been saying.
Steve Wilkes, man. Like, we could just skip ahead to the end of the year when he's fired. It's going to be one and done. I can already see where this is headed.
And I know that people have said it. I know you have said it. Like, you can't, if you're AG, you can't right now do it. One, because it shows that you're impulsive, and two, reactionary, especially if it's, outside influence or ownership influence because of the outside influence, which we know changes things drastically in this organization. You can't be reactionary like that. So in my opinion, you have to give it to the bye week. And if these things are still showing up, obviously AG needs to influence this defense immediately, but he can't take it over and do anything too irrational with Steve Wilkes, because like you've said and other people have said, then the onus falls on him because he is the defensive coordinator coming from Detroit, which had a good defense on a 15-win team. So everything falls back on the coaching, and I blame the coaches, but I also blame the players just as much, if not more.
Ladies and gentlemen, some housekeeping before we get into the topic that is the thumbnail and the title. Some comments that SNY's Connor Rogers made about the long-term future of the Jets regime and some questions there. But I want to acknowledge Frank P., who sent in a $50 super chat after I put 6 rings in the hole. And he wrote in, Jake, keep him out for the next show too. Get the F out. 6 rings. You try it on the next show, you're gone as well. Courtesy of Frank P.
You get the fuck out.
And Frank, I got good news for you. You're in the raffle for 10 in next week's drawing for a Joe Namath signed helmet, Wayne Chrebet signed football, and a Sauce Gardner signed jersey. And why don't we do this? Why don't we give away a throwback Quinnen Williams jersey during today's show? So your chance to win a Q throwback by gifting a channel membership or sending in a $10 super chat or higher. And shout out to Rick Kent. He's the first to gift memberships during the stream. Thank you as always, Rick. He's in for 5. Robin Boy Wonders. Happy birthday, Robin. Hopefully you win this raffle. You tried on the first one. You came up a little short, but hey, you got to be in it to win it. And he is in for 1. A couple other super chats I want to get into. This one is from Nate, who says, from Craig, he wants to membership gift, but he can't in a different country, but he's trying to find a way anyway. Craig, you better not gift any memberships. Craig picked up the tab at lunch today. I got to meet the entire Craig family. Craig, his lovely wife, Craig's children. It was an awesome time. Shout out to Craig. And I have a video coming of a little surprise gift that I presented to Craig. So I'll show that on the show probably tomorrow when I have a chance to actually edit it. But Craig's the man. Always good to see him. Always good to see Craig's wife, Mrs. Craig, as we refer to her on the show. And awesome time seeing him. And, man, it's amazing. Craig has been to New York City. I was saying this to him, I think now twice in the last 6 months. I can't even get my friends from like Houston to come up for a weekend, and they have a free place to stay on the couch in my apartment. And Craig's been to New York City twice in 6 months from the other side of the world.
I'm 30 years old. I can't remember the last 2 times I went to the city. You'd probably have to span back 6 years. I went to one Knicks-Hawks game, and then I went and visited my buddy in Brooklyn one time. So it would be a long time back for me to have been in the city twice. So good for Craig. I'm just going to pull back the curtain entirely. Craig is the reason we are late today. Jake texted me and said we got to push it back because he was having lunch with Craig. I said, sure, no problem, only because it's Craig. So shout out to you. People were blaming me for being late. I'm always on time.
Well, I'll tell you what, you're still going to get the full show experience, everyone, because the Dodgers winning last night pushed tonight's Yankee game to 8 p.m. So that means I can do my full show, and I'll see you in the Bronx tonight, baby. I'm going to the game with my brother later.
Let's go. I didn't know they changed the time. That's awesome. I'm not going to be able to stay up now and watch the end of it, but that's just me being old.
You'll be up. It's Yankees Red Sox. Come on. It's game 3.
Yeah, no, you're right. And if it's not the love of the Yankees, it's the hatred of the Red Sox for sure.
Exactly.
I'll let both sides fuel.
Sean Sharp with the super chat. He says, "We good, Jake. Seems like we have some bad blood." Me and you, Sean, or like me being a Jet fan? Like we as Jet fans have bad blood. I would say we definitely have bad blood rooting for the Jets. Like it's a miserable experience, but we do it anyway. Some of us, like Dylan and I, like spend so much time like coming up with content around how bad they are. But you and I, Sean, I don't think we've ever been better, unless I'm missing something.
Yeah, the name of my most recent video is trying to make sense of the 0-4 Jets start, and it's like it's 45 minutes of just ranting and raving about how bad things are, unfortunately. Like that's where we're at. It's October 2nd, Jake.
Unreal. And that's going to actually tie in perfectly to this clip that I want to play. But first, let me acknowledge Keys super chat. He joins our Quinnen Williams jersey raffle for 2. He says the fact that Garrett is leading the AFC in receptions and is 5th overall in the league is absolutely mind-boggling. Our offense is ranked top 20. I believe in Engstrand of the offense, not the defense. I think the Jets offense has played competently for a lot of the 4 games. Have they been perfect? No. But they have beaten themselves with the procedural penalties, especially in this game on Monday, where they had 9 offensive penalties. 1 was horse crap on Garrett. So let's say 8 legitimate ones or whatever. Like that's been the biggest issue. If they could just play a clean game, they're doing some good things. It'd be nice to see this team be rewarded with wins for some of the good things they are actually doing on offense.
Yeah, that was one thing I talked about. I always do my play charting and I break it down, the under center snaps. Jake, 42 reps of under center for these quarterbacks. How many times do you think they've passed the ball?
In total this year?
Yeah, not play action, not a run. Justin Fields or Terod's under center. 42 times it's happened. It's not a play action. It's not a run. How many times?
Is it still 0?
It's still 0.
Wow. Why do you think that is? They just don't trust Fields to do it?
I don't know. But all the best offenses, Dan Orlovsky talks about it. Like all the best offenses are multiple out of under center. And they go under center quite a bit. 42 times. That's averaging 10 a game. They only did it 5 times against Buffalo. So they're like over 12 times per game every other game. They're just not doing it. I don't know if it's a Fields thing or a coaching thing, but you can tell every time they go under center, the defense closes in. They know what's coming. They sell out on the run, or they send one person on Fields because on the off chance he doesn't hand it off and he does a play fake, somebody's right in his face every time. So it's not, and that's why people blame the O-line, because when you're so predictable, they can key in on these things. So that's my first issue. But they're so explosive. They had 8 explosives. If you take away the very last play of the game, that pass to Garrett Wilson for 17 yards before the lateraling happened, which is inexplosive, but it's not. They had 8 explosives. That's the number Tanner Engstrand said he wanted to hit. If you take out week 2 from the entire league, obviously it's not, you can't do that, but you take away week 2 where the Jets didn't do shit, and they're like top 3 in this league in total explosive plays. And a lot of them are in the run game. So the fact that they're being able to tell you what they want to do, run heavy, bread and butter, 12 personnel, bully you up front, and still go out and do it. I agree with Engstrand. They're putting so much on film that is so encouraging. The pre-snap penalties is a joke. And we'll get to Garrett specifically. But the fumbles, you can't do it. You can't beat yourself like that. It's not going to work.
Or if you are going to fumble that many times, you have to cause turnovers the other way to give your offense a short field or extra possessions to make up for it, which brings me to the next comment I want to read here. And I promise we're going to get to this Connor Rogers audio, but the show is just flowing beautifully. And I don't want to force it into a round hole. Mr. Bonesy says, imagine we fell on fumbles, our own or the other teams, which reminds me of a moment in Jake Asman show history.
We literally can't even fall on a fumble. I mean, my wife accidentally falls on my dick 1 time a week, and we can't fall on a fumble?
Holy shit already. Will you stop it with the bad language?
I mean, it's ridiculous.
And that moment, by the way, happened yesterday, 2 days ago.
Bonesy's amazing. I saw his other comment that I thought you were going to put up on the screen that he put a little bit after that comment to get me going. But that is an all-timer by Bonesy.
Mr. Bonesy.
452 is the comment if you want to put it up. If you want to get me angry.
He says, let's get Dylan going. What would our record with Rodgers and Devontae be?
1-3, guys. 1-3.
I actually agree. I agree.
Go look at the analytics. Go look at the analytics. He's not better than Justin Fields. I'm not yelling at you. I'm not yelling at you.
Here's my point on that, though, right? I think they'd be 1-3. I agree with that. But He's 3-1 in Pittsburgh because they're well coached. And the Rodgers they're getting was the Rodgers we needed last year if the Jets defense was what it was in 23 and Greg Zuerlein was what he was in 23. That's my whole point.
Yes. Rodgers is not winning these games.
He's not losing them, though.
42. The defense is not helping anything. It doesn't matter who the quarterback is. And analytically, Justin Fields is like neck and neck with Aaron Rodgers. And in the stats that matter for having this type of offense, I would take Justin Fields. He's got an ADOT of over 7, which is average depth of target. Rodgers is, I think, second to last in the NFL at 2.4 coming out of the last week. We know what Rodgers is. He's a pre-snap diagnosis, going to get the ball out quick to his guys. Who in this offense, besides Garrett, can get the ball out quick to, who's going to make a guy miss and do anything with it? The only guy I can think of is Jamal Pritchett, right? And he's on the practice squad. So, like, I don't know. I don't see it. I love Bonesy, and maybe the Devontae part would be nice, absolutely, but they didn't want to play for this ownership. That's what it came down to. Anything after week 13, 14, where Devontae was only here for 6 weeks, was we don't want to be here, and we're going to throw shots at Brick on the way out.
Boomtown says, Dylan, did your analytics tell you we'd be 0-4 to start the season?
No, I had him 2-2, so I had to adjust my season overall prediction to 5-11. We're almost there, Jake. We almost smell it.
I'm telling you, this team stinks, and they're poorly
I had
coached.
them losing this week. Like, I don't know what my prediction for this game is officially, but in the overall early season prediction, and I did in August, I had them losing to Dallas.
This team is poorly coached, and that is a big concern that I have right now. Shout out to the Human Fund who gifted 1 channel membership. And I'm going to play a video, and you tell me if you have any idea why I'd play this one, Dylan.
It's unfortunate. We said he's got to get out in front of it. They got to win so that the memes don't happen about him dancing. And unfortunately, whoever made that for you, probably Gator, is way too quick, and we couldn't even lose.
What if I told you it wasn't Gator who made it?
I know, but I don't know the anonymous person. So
what if I told you it may or may not have been the Human Fund? Just saying, maybe.
Hey, maybe.
All right, we still got some super chats here. I promise we're going to get to them, but I've been teasing this counter clip, and I want to play it because we have Ariel Nash joining us in a few minutes to also do her Bites and Breakdown segment, because here's a little breaking news. I'm filling in for Stephen A. Smith on the radio tomorrow, so I'm not doing a second stream in the afternoon, doing the morning show. We'll have Nick Ferry on the first show, and I'm on the radio tomorrow from 6 to 8 Eastern, so I will do a Saturday show with Jeff Parles instead of a second Friday show. So a little career news there. Listen to me on Mad Dog Radio, Sirius XM Channel 82. I'm filling in for Screamin' A. Smith, Stephen A. From 6 to 8. Anyway, here's Connor Rodgers on the Jets and the long-term future if they're as bad as it looks, and they're picking at the top of the draft.
This might make Jets fans' ears bleed while they're listening to this, but you have to be honest with yourself right now. If they stay on this trajectory, and I don't think they're going to finish 0-17, that's not what I'm saying, but say they win 3 games, you need to figure out, do you trust these guys to make the fucking number 1 pick? Yeah. Number 2 pick? I mean, I'm serious. That's scary. When I was on my way home last night, the things that were crossing my mind, if these guys are picking in the top 3 and they plan on taking a quarterback, because Tennessee is so bad that there's a world where Tennessee is one of those teams ahead of you in the top 3, that like then you have the power to flip into their pick because you're the closest pick, where you need to know, do you trust these guys right now? And they have a lot of time left this year to earn that trust, but right now you don't. I'm not saying this is a one and done. I'm just saying, like, if I owned the organization, these are all the things I'm now watching for the next couple months.
I challenge anyone out there to tell me that's not a fair and legitimate conversation based on how these first 4 games have gone and given where the Jets are picking right now if the draft was today.
Yeah, I'm trying to think back, because I know, what did Rodgers or Salas start? 1-4 until they won in Tennessee?
Salas started 0-3, and then they beat the Titans.
They were 1-3. Okay, so 1 game different. You could have asked me through those 4 games, what did they deserve to draft anybody? And
they already picked that quarterback. Remember, they came off the Gase season of 2020, and they drafted Zach.
Zach was 2021. No, you're right. I mean, no, Connor has a point, and that's what I was going to get to. Connor has a point because they have proven nothing, but what is theirs to prove? Like, offensively, we have an offense ready for a quarterback, right? That's what I'm looking at. I don't care what the defensive coordinator's doing. I think AG is in the right mindset to coach up a quarterback. I don't know. I get where Connor's coming from. I still think these 13 games are going to decide it, but these guys, they get the draft slot they get, and you have almost no choice. I'm personally trading out. I'm trying to gain more picks, and I'm looking at 2027, not because I'm doing the whole next year's class is better thing already. I just don't think that I want to see a new rookie in next year. That's just where I'm at. The way this offense is built, I think there's a couple pieces still to be had before you can just insert a rookie and feel good about it. And I don't want to do the Jackson Dart thing where we have Justin Fields and we have Jackson Dart and we start slow and we have to play the Jackson Dart rookie. And yeah, he looked fine in his week 1 start, but now he's going up against, I think, the Saints. So like, who knows? Who knows what's going to happen there? I just don't want to do the rookie thing yet. I feel like this team is more equipped historically, not just where it is right now, historically with an experienced quarterback who is not thrown into the fire and asked to be the savior. The savior has been too much of a thing. So I don't know. I agree with Connor. We can't have this conversation until the full season happens, unfortunately, but this is where the conversation's going. And
that's what happens when you don't win. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. And I hate having these conversations on October 2nd, but would we be having it if we were 1-3? If 4 plays could have defined our entire season and we're looking at 2-2 instead of 0-4? I look at 4 plays that kind of determine our 0-4. The Xavier Gibson fumble, week 1, the pick 6 by Tyrod Taylor in week 3, the fumble by Isaiah Williams after halftime, and Garrett Wilson's OPI. And those are the game-changing plays. Obviously, the one was the ref's fault, but those are the game-changing plays where we're 1-3, 2-2, if the game breaks our way. I'm not going to say the Braylon Allen fumble killed us, but the Garrett Wilson OPI killed us. It would have been 24-17. We had a 10-yard penalty, backed us up to the 26 or 22, I think. And then we had a 15-yard penalty on John Simpson, which was the most egregious, unnecessary roughness call for punishing a jumper I've ever seen. If anybody watches Brandon Thorne Trench Warfare, that is stuff that he highlights in offensive linemen, what John Simpson did to that tackle. And he got an unnecessary roughness. We backed up 15 more. And instead of 24-17 after that touchdown, it was 24-13. Jake, what do we hate the most as, young fans of football? Making a 2-score game a 2-score game. It doesn't make sense. You don't have enough time. And the way that this team plays offense, they don't have enough time to run the ball and get 2 scores. You needed that touchdown there. So I hate having this conversation, but I'm not ready for a rookie. And I definitely am not ready for the discourse around said rookie.
Yeah, but here's the thing. If they're picking that high, they're probably going quarterback because it's your chance to get your guy, and you wouldn't have to start him right away because you have Fields.
Yeah, that's fair. That's fair.
And if you feel like you have
buffer,
yeah, and if you feel like you're in a good spot for a rookie, like you have the O-line, you have Garrett, you can find another receiver. Look, what's interesting about this conversation is I wouldn't trust Glenn and Muji, but I kind of like Engstrand so far, and like he'd be the one working with that quarterback the most. So. Like, there's no way I could say I trust the Jets to pick the right quarterback, but I oddly, for the first time, maybe ever, actually think the offensive play caller has done a pretty good job so far. Like, I think Tanner Engstrand, there's some things we can nitpick, sure, but for a first-time play caller, he's been wildly better than Steve Wilkes, who's been an experienced guy at his position.
I honestly had so much fun watching that Jets opening drive. They came out, they told you what they wanted to do the whole week. They wanted to get back to their brand of football. They came out with runs of 6, 9, a 6-yard pass by Fields, which I believe was a scramble, 2 more 5-yard runs by Brees, a Brees 15-yard run, followed up by a Fields scramble for 19 yards. Like, they were doing everything in their possibility to put the Dolphins out. And that fumble changed the complexion of the game, and the dejected Jets, I'm not using the SOJ, but the dejected Jets, as soon as something happens, a gut punch becomes a fatal blow, and they can't come back. They can't get up off the mat. And that's unfortunately where we were at. The first 3 drives of this game, which were their only 3 first-half drives, 2 ended in fumbles and 1 ended in that field goal by Nick Folk. They literally could have had 17 points easily based on the way that their offense was running. So I like offense. I don't like what I'm seeing on defense, but it's night and day compared to what it was with Saleh. And it's so frustrating that we just can't play complimentary football for one game, for 3 quarters even. If we had complimentary football for 3 quarters, we have the Pittsburgh Steelers game. We have a 9-point lead in the 4th quarter, scoring 27-plus points. But we can't play that 4th quarter. That's the thing. We can't play a full game, man.
Some super chats, and then we'll bring on Ariel Nash for some bites and breakdown. Connor Long checking in. He didn't have school today. Good Yontif, Connor. It is Yom Kippur, so a lot of people around the New York area are all from school. Just finished 8 games of Sellers. This is what Connor's doing on his off day from school. He's breaking down Lenora Sellers tape. I don't see anyone touching his ceiling this year. Ceiling is Newton/Lamar. Floor is Field/Richardson. Connor?
I love you. I love you, Connor. But you're talking about touching the ceiling. Somebody's got to go touch some grass here. You had a day off of school and you're watching Lenora Sellers in October. I love you, Connor, but what the hell? Come on. No, I know you got to do it for content. I get it. And I agree.
Does he, though?
This is kind of, I mean, yeah.
He has to watch quarterback film in October? This is where we're at?
Connor is a hardworking individual, and he leaves
I'm not
no
saying
stone
he's not,
unturned.
but
he leaves
Connor,
no stone unturned.
Stop it. Do something else with your time.
He's getting out ahead of it, but I'm not even into these guys yet. I did one film breakdown of about 4 quarterbacks in August. I'm not there yet. I usually wait a couple more weeks around October if mathematically it looks like we're going to be eliminated, but yeah, we'll get there. I think I agree with you though. The ceiling is, I wouldn't say Newton or Lamar. Like you can't put a ceiling on an MVP. Like you can't say an MVP is their ceiling. Like that's obviously the ceiling of any player. I don't really like doing the comps, but I kind of agree with your floor. He shows me a lot of Fields tendencies, holding onto the ball too long.
Great.
Incredible escapability out of the pocket. Keeps his eyes downfield, looking to throw when he does escape the pocket. He's a bruiser runner, but he will run away from you as well. So I love Lenora Sellers. I'm a Gamecocks guy. I'm down here in South Carolina, but
go Cox.
If I told you I watched 2.5 games of live college football with any of these quarterbacks, I'd probably be overselling. I can't do it yet. The Jets are still playing football that is meaningful. I know they're 0-4, but at the bye week, that's when I'll start dealing out the who is it? Mendoza, Carson Beck. People have been asking me for, so they're coming.
Jaden Mayava, another guy. Connor Long is super chat. Connor, stop spending your allowance money on super chats.
Never once heard of this guy. I'll be honest, and I don't. USC. I'm not a big follower of, but
that's exactly what we need. We need another USC quarterback in the top 5.
Hey, one of them got 4 playoff wins for us.
I know. We got to look. We got to. Let's just bring back Rex at that point. Tannenbaum's already associated with the organization.
No. Rex told us he had no plan when he was on ESPN. He said he has no plan but to get the guys to work harder. Like he had no coaches that he wanted to bring in. It was going to be a one-man job, but
he was going to hire the best coaches.
Yes, people will tell you somehow. M. Villette, I'm speaking directly to you in the chat. That we'd be 3-1 with Rex and Rodgers. So I love it. I love it.
They would not be. They would not be 0-4 with Rex, though. They wouldn't be. The defense would be.
They'd be
way
1-3
or 2-2 or 2-2.
Maybe.
That's how bad the coach. And this is not to say I want to bring in Rex. It's like that's how bad this coaching job has been, and people need to wake up to it and hold yourself.
Honestly, it's just Wilkes. Like AG doesn't call the plays. If AG,
Banjo, whoever is responsible for the special teams debacles with returner, that's on someone, head coach or the coordinator.
Yes, I agree. The punt returning is absolutely egregious, and that's probably on Banjo. But Banjo's unit is playing so well outside of that one piece. And they had that piece. That piece is just hurt. So like I'm giving Banjo the benefit of the doubt. Somebody I think it's a joke, but somebody said AG's nephew is Isaiah Williams, and I'm like, it has to be.
Yes, the AG vouched for him. That's the thing too. Glenn vouched for.
But he's going to lose his job though. Khalil Herbert could be the starting returner.
If Isaiah Williams is out there on Sunday as the kick returner or punt returner, that's it. All right. Yeah. The idea that you're ever holding anyone accountable after you made a big deal out of this all summer is bullshit. If that guy is out there. All right. Can we rip through these quickly? I feel bad making Ariel wait, but you guys paid for this. So I want to reward the people who support the channel. Hennessy says, what happens first? We have a game with 0 turnovers or we finally get one of our own. Also, I'll be at the game and plan on being drunk by 1. Cheers. Henny, I hope you see a win, my man. Call into the postgame show hammered if they do actually win a damn game. Dylan, what do you think happens first? Jets force a turnover or they have a game with no turnovers?
That is such a hard question, dude.
Man.
I hope it's the game with no turnovers because I feel like we're close. Obviously, we put the ball on the turf way too much. Fields a strip sack. You could have argued they could have blocked it up a little better and it shouldn't have happened. The Braylon Allen one was inexcusable. and the other one was special teams. Oh man, I hope we don't have a damn turnover. I just have no confidence that we'll get one. So that's the thing. We have to have a game with no turnovers because I just don't have the confidence that we'll get one.
I'm going to say the Jets don't turn it over because the Pittsburgh game, they didn't turn it over, but you had the Gibson play. I'm going to assume we'll go a game without a turnover on special teams. Very dangerous to assume with anything with the Jets. And I'll say Dallas's defense sucks, so they'll clean it up and they won't turn it over this week. I'll lean with that. Spencer, in the raffle for 2, for those tuning in late, throwback Quinn Williams jersey is the top prize. Shout out to you, Spencer Green. He says 11-6. We on the way, baby. To hell with them boys from Dallas. Let's go. Nick Shine writes in, careful, DT. I got killed for saying we're doing good things yesterday. Let's go, Yankees. There are some things offensively they definitely are doing well, but ultimately the mistakes, the 9 offensive penalties, these are things that just cannot happen, and it's costing them games. So if you want to view it through a positive lens, you can. I don't look at losing to an 0-3 Dolphins team when you handed them the game. I can't. While there were some things the Jets did well, they had 3 points on offense late in the third quarter before they started to really get it going. Now, they should have had a touchdown on the opening drive, but we covered it. It just can't happen.
Yeah, it was 10-0, 17-3, and 24-10 at different points in the game. 38% chance to win after the Braylon Allen fumble, and it never went higher than 38% again in that game. So you can say that they're relatively uncompetitive. I don't know. It's weird. Like, are they competitively uncompetitive or are they uncompetitively competitive? Right? Because the box scores and everything like that look like they're in the game. But you watch the game.
Yeah, we were watching the Tampa game together. They were not
your
in
mind,
that game.
You're blank. My recap video of the Dolphins, somebody literally, I think it was Spencer Green, literally was like, Dylan looked abysmal. And I did. Like, I was so drained from watching that game. The other thing about Nick's comment is I'll say, I'm on Thursdays, you're on Wednesdays. Jake gets 1 extra day of cooling off. So maybe I don't get as combative with Jake because I say good things. If I was on Monday though, we'd be
if someone tries to tell me positives on Mondays this year,
or obviously Tuesday this week, but
unbelievable. Burkinator.
Even Sabo was negative, and that's very hard to do.
Yeah, because
people
call
him all the names in the world about his analysis, and I think he was very fair.
Do they ever force a damn turnover?
They don't. Hey, Burkinator, thank you for the $50 super chat. He says, I want to add to Frank P's bounty on 6 rings for the next show. Keep them there. If not, put it in the raffle. Fraud. I'll tell you what, you're in the raffle anyway, Burkinator. Any super chat, $10 or higher qualifies. You got 10 raffle tickets with the $50 super chat here. And 6 rings, you're screwed, man. Anytime we see your comment for at least the next 2 shows, you're getting bountied. Terry says, Jake, I heard they're 4-0 in practice. Yeah, Glenn saying they've had a great practice week. Dan says, on a positive note, Jake, the Knicks won a preseason game. LOL. Yes. Yankees better save October. For the love of God, I will be in the Bronx tonight right after the show. Yankees need to win tonight. Big fella says Yankees are going to take a massive Schlittler on the Red Sox tonight. Also, is it Mateer or Mater, Dylan, the Oklahoma quarterback?
Mateer
should be our guy, just like Dart, but we won't get him. All right, big fella. We'll do that breakdown later in the year. Also,
John Mateer on my channel, A1 since day one member, $5 a month. You'll get to see my John Mateer breakdown.
By the way, Jackson Dart looked solid in his first game. Can we relax? So did Daniel Jones. Like, let's let it breathe. Let's let it breathe a little bit. All right.
Sam Darnold looked great in his first game. It took him 7 years after that to be a franchise guy.
Sam, super chat in for 2. This team stinks. Where are the weapons for Justin? Would he perform better if he had more skilled receivers? I mean,
I don't think so.
They don't like, I don't know. They definitely need another receiver, but I don't know if it'd be that much different if they had a better wide receiver too, based on how these games have gone. I don't think offense is why they've lost. I think it's been way more defense than the turnovers, penalties.
Yeah, Mason Taylor, 65 yards on 7 targets. Brees had a handful. I think he had 6 to 8 targets and like 50 yards receiving as well. I turn on the tape. I see Josh Reynolds running an over route and he's wide open in the timing of a play. I know there's times where the timing of the play is broken down because Fields holds on to it too long or because he has to scramble. But Arian Smith open too. Maybe not so much in the Miami game, but that Tampa game, man, he was open. And I hate watching Arian Smith get like ridiculed on social media when his separator scores, and that's not really an analytic stat that I follow, but his separator scores, which is your score of separation, it's higher than most rookies. including the ones that we said we wanted over him. So it's hard for me to say Arian Smith is doing wrong when he's not targeted. He had 0 targets against Miami. You can't do anything on 0 targets. You're running cardio.
Ladies and gentlemen, I want to wish Terrence a safe trip as he heads to New York City for the Dallas game. Terrence, fly safely. And with that, time to say hello to a friend of the show. She joins us typically on Fridays. However, there won't be a Friday afternoon stream tomorrow because I'm working on radio. So we're doing it now, ladies and gentlemen. It's Bites and Breakdown with Ariel Nash.
Olive oil sports, she's the queen of the line. Football and flavor, she's cooking up hot. You love the Jets, you'll love her too. She's got a touchdown recipe just for you.
All right, Ariel, we're doing it a day early. I'm sure you're just as positive about this team as ever before. By the way, for those who are new to the show or haven't seen one of Ariel's segments, she basically takes a food item from associated with the Jet opponent that week, reviews the food item, tries it on her show, and then also breaks down the upcoming Jet opponent and gives a prediction for the game. We call it Bites and Breakdown, and she's joining us now for that segment. Hello, Ariel.
Hello, how are you?
I've been better, but
Me too.
you know, this is what we do as Jet fans. We cope, we all commiserate, and then we sit our asses on the couch and do it all over again every Sunday.
Yeah, my positivity, it's not there anymore. My video for Dallas, it's not good. I was upset.
Really? Wow. If the Jets had lost you from a positive standpoint,
You're
really
supposed to
down
be the
bad.
most optimistic. What happened? 4 games?
Listen, they never lose me. Like, I love them, but after that, you lose to Miami, I can't deal with that. I'm excited. I still get to eat good food, but I woke up in a bad mood on Tuesday. I never wake up in an actual bad mood. So the hope is a little bit lost, but love the Jets. It's fine. Everything's fine.
I like the setup we have today, too, by the way. I don't know where you are specifically, but it looks different.
Yes. So I live with my aunt right now in Arizona, and I've been trying out different areas of the house to, it's like a whole thing. I was praying over the Wi-Fi. I don't know it's all good though. So yeah, she has a lovely brick wall and all her fall decor is out. She makes it very homey.
Nice of you to pay homage to Brick Johnson trying to manifest the Jets' first win on Sunday.
My cat's name is Brick, and I literally didn't even know that Woody's son's name was Brick until that whole Madden thing came out last year. I was like, this is not a good omen.
All right, so Jets and the Cowboys. Now, for Dallas, I mean, I lived in Texas for 6 years. I've been to Dallas a couple of times. There's so many different food options you could choose from. What was the food option you broke down on the show this week?
So I'll show you. I'm obsessed with Texas Roadhouse, so any excuse I can have to have it. So this is my leftovers because I ate some for my video. I was supposed to have rolls for you guys, but I have no self-control, so I did.
The best part of Texas Roadhouse is the rolls.
No, it literally is. I was gonna go get more for Friday, but yeah, they were gone. I was sad over the Jets. I was like, we're eating all 4 of these. But yeah, at Texas Roadhouse, I always get normally Cactus Blossom, but I didn't get that this week. And then you get 12-ounce Fort Worth ribeye, medium rare, smothered mushrooms, onions, brown gravy on the side. Then for my 2 scratch-made sides, Caesar salad, no croutons, broccoli steamed, no butter, and then I eat the 4 rolls. So that's my Texas little breakdown for Dallas. And
you should have went with barbecue. I would have said you got to go with or Tex-Mex if you're going to do something.
I know, but I am so obsessed with Texas Roadhouse that I was from the schedule.
It's an excuse to eat Texas Roadhouse.
That's like if someone was doing the reverse for the Jets, like the Ariel Nash and Dallas doing the same segment. They're like, hey, we're going to get an authentic slice of pizza from Sbarro's, and we're going to do that.
That's funny. All right, listen, you know what? I was upset. I needed to eat my comfort food, so that's what I got. And I have a few fun facts about Dallas, though, so I can squeeze that in there. But when I'm sad, I'm eating Texas Roadhouse, and Monday night made me sad, so that's where we are.
That's fair. I do respect the approach. All right, give us the fun facts on Dallas, and then the breakdown on how the Jets get their first win on Sunday.
Okay, well, starting with the Dallas fact. So, fun fact about Dallas, it is second. The statistics were a little hard to find exactly, but it has more steakhouses per capita than almost any other city in the U.S. Miami actually has more than Dallas. So, that's a fun steakhouse fact. And then also kind of tying in food as well. convenience stores were kind of started in Dallas. The first 7-Eleven in the world opened in 1927 in Dallas, Texas.
Wow.
There's
Did
fun
not realize
fact.
that.
Yeah, I mean, you probably wouldn't need to know that ever, but now you know 7-Eleven started in Dallas.
I didn't know that. And also the steakhouse thing, that doesn't surprise me, but I would have thought that New York would have been that. If I had
New
to
York
guess.
would have, yeah.
Yeah, I know. I mean, there were like 1,000 articles, and I was going through all these steakhouses and per capita. So I don't think the world cares too much about this because there was no concrete facts. But that's what came out of all the research.
Are you the only one researching steakhouses per capita?
I think so, but there's surprisingly a number of facts about it. So I'm sure, I guess America does. We love our steak. I love steak.
I literally told Jake on Monday night, I was like, the Jets are going to ruin my steak dinner.
You had a steak dinner on Monday night?
I always do on game day because I need to cheer myself up after we lose.
That's hilarious. Do you like Texas Roadhouse?
Of course.
Okay, good. Jake, do you like Texas Roadhouse?
I do, but that would not be my go-to when I think about like food items I could do in Texas. Yeah, Texas Roadhouse does get the job done.
It does. I love barbecue too. Best barbecue I ever had was in Houston, Pinkertons. Have you been?
Of course. Come on.
I got right off the plane. I was going to the rodeo with my friend. I went straight to Pinkertons.
You've been to the wow. Who was the musical guest when you did the Houston rodeo?
Oh my gosh, who was it? I completely forget. Honestly, I used to work for the Four Seasons, so I had free hotel stay there. So we just went, and it happened to be on rodeo time. So I was just excited to be there.
That's sick. Yeah, I've been to the rodeo more than most because of my old job. I'd get free tickets. So I've seen everyone from George Strait to 50 Cent perform at the Houston rodeo.
It's pretty wild. Time. It was awesome. I love country music, so I remember it was some country artists. Hence my love for Texas Roadhouse as well. So
Texas Roadhouse, love it. All right, Ariel. Jets, Cowboys, Bites breakdown. Here's the breakdown aspect. How did the Jets win on Sunday?
I'm not picking the Jets, unfortunately, but I know. I'm sorry. I wish I could. I'd love to, but if we're looking at it right, you're looking up all like the stats and everything. The defense, obviously, yes, Dallas has the worst defense in the league. But I mean, Miami had no takeaways, and then versus us, they had 3. So I feel like I said that we're gonna make Dallas look like the best defense in the league after I feel like Sunday. We have an okay offense, so I do think that that's something good that we can produce through this game. Our O-line, some people are saying our O-line's not performing well, obviously, because Justin loves to hold on to the ball, but we know they're performing pretty good. Their defensive front is horrendous. So I do think that we can score against them, but I just don't see how our offense can be competitive against Dallas. They're the number 1 offense in the league right now. The defense last game, Miami were falling and over pursuing for every single play action. And last week versus the Packers, they had Micah Parsons. Yes, he was out for like longer than he wanted to be because of that injury, but they were Dak bootlegs to the left every single time. And so I feel like if they're just going to run the same play again, we haven't really shown that we're able to not fall for it. And Pickens and the Dak connection is crazy. And we haven't seen that we can stop that besides week 1 with Sauce against DK, which I love. So if we can bring that back, I like to say I think we have a shot, but their offense versus us, I don't know.
Wow, Jets wearing the black uniforms, the black helmets. I figured you'd be all over that. Instead, you're picking against the Jets for the first time all year. If they end up winning, you better pick against them every week going forward till they lose.
I will. No, I'm very superstitious. That's kind of why I'm picking against them. I'm just like, you have to be kind of insane to pick them right now. Not because I don't love them. I'm not discouraged by my love for the Jets. But, I mean, truthfully, after seeing the last 4 games and all the penalties and the turnovers, we haven't seen that they can do anything different. So even if I think they can play a competitive game on offense versus Dallas defense, which I do, now I'm just nervous that we're going to have 1,000 penalties as well. We gave the game away to Miami. We had over 100 yards in penalties given to them. Like, it's not normal. So you can't win games that way.
Neither is being a fan of this team, but we do it anyway.
We do.
Ariel, enjoy your leftover Texas Roadhouse, and we will talk to you next week.
Bye, guys.
Ladies and gentlemen, the Bites and Breakdown segment with Ariel Nash. Follow Olive Oil Sport across
Jake,
social
you want
media.
a steak after this, bro? Because that's all that made me want is a steak and a goddamn Jets win.
You know what? I don't know. Yankee Stadium does have a steakhouse. Do I stop into NYY Steak? Spend $400?
Copious amounts of cash.
Gonna need some more super chats for that one. Dylan, what's up with you and Beast fighting in the chat right now?
The man asked me to try Domino's pizza. While we're listening to Ariel's food takes, he asked me to eat Domino's pizza. I said, I eat real pizza, Beast. And then he goes on to say he's not in my league. And I told him his league is corrupt. And then he said I couldn't hold his jock. And I asked if he could see his jock. I don't think he can. It's to be determined, but
I don't think you want to go down this road with me, kid, because I will thrash your ass all night long. Flair, Race, and Dusty Rhodes combined. I will take you to school, and after that, after we're done, exit my class and walk the line or walk the plank.
So are you a teacher or a wrestler or what are you in this scenario here if I'm walking out of your class?
You haven't been to the School of Pain yet. I've been there. You haven't.
Proud graduate of Pain University.
You have not been to the School of Pain. Not there.
PU. That's what, yeah. PU. Pain University. That's where you went.
You are not in my league. So here, get my
Your
bags.
league is corrupt, Beast.
Do what you do best. Carry my bags and take it to the locker room like most champions. I'm Ric
That makes
Flair,
no
so
sense,
out
Beast.
my feet and show some respect to a man who's done it all.
Yeah, from Pain University, PU, because I can smell you from here, Beast.
Try the School of Hard Knocks.
Oh, now you've been to many schools apparently.
You know who the fabulous Freebirds are. You don't know Michael Hayes, Mr. Michael P.S. Hayes.
No, I don't watch fake wrestling, Beast. I wouldn't know any of these characters.
I like to see you try. But until then.
Try what? Changing the camera angle when you throw a punch? It's fake wrestling. You're talking about fake, phony,
what you
scripted
what
stuff.
You see, what you are living in is 2025 era. I live old school.
Yeah.
1986, 1987
Oh, we
era,
know,
Pally.
Beast. We know you're stuck
Until
in
you learn
1986.
something,
We
you
know
are not
this.
fit for my class. Go in the back of the line like everybody else, Joykoff.
Hey, Beast, Peter Castro claims you went to the school of Fatso.
I don't give a rat's ass what he is anyway. He's nothing but Ghost. He's the band Ghost. Yeah, that's right.
He calls you pure lard.
I don't care. I don't give a shit. Peter, I don't give a crap about you anyway because you're nothing but dog shit on my shoe and these be swiped. I took that line from the great Vince Russo. How you like them apples, bitch?
What kind of dog was it? That shit? Was it a Chihuahua?
Not Chihuahua shit. It sure ain't no German Shepherd. It was a guard dog kind, you know.
Beast, are you mad because Dylan was the one who originally outed you as a wizard?
If he wants to be on some stupid shit, hey, asshole. I like to see you try handling the NWA. I like to see you watch some of the AWA. I don't think you ain't got enough hair on your testicles to do what I've done, pal. So go in the back of the line and take
All right, we might have to revisit that before the show ends because a lot of animosity between my co-host today and Beast.
Oh, I love it. I love it, man. Come on.
We do have some super chats.
I can't take on the NWA. Of course not. What?
Lou B says, I know how to fix the Jets. Had them hire DT and Joe Blewett and Beast for halftime speeches.
Yeah, man. Jake is the head coach. Me as the OC. Blewett is the DC. Beast as the motivational coach who's nowhere near allowed on the sidelines, stays in the locker room in a cage. Then, yeah, we're 4-0. We're probably 6-0 through 4 weeks if this is the coaching staff.
I've said this before. I don't want to be on the coaching staff. I don't want to be the GM. The role I want with the Jets organization, and anyone who's a longtime listener of the show has heard me make this point several times over the years. I want to be the director of common sense. And I can point to so many things that the Jets do where if they had a director of common sense, we would prevent it from happening. Such as highlighting, this is the best example I'll give you, and there's so many. Hassan Reddick shows up and they post a video of him walking out to practice, all excited, being like, oh, yeah, baby. Season starts now when the team is 2-5. It's just like director of common sense. We're not highlighting Aaron Glenn's quote after they lose a heartbreaker to Tampa being like, no quit. We're not highlighting Nick Folk's kicks. in the press conference on Monday morning when people are livid, like whether it be social media stuff or just some like basic PR stuff. Direct your common sense. I'd clean up a lot of the bullshit, but that's the only role I really want. On that note,
it's a tough job being the social media person for the Jets right now, I'm sure, because they don't want to post, stuff that they know they're just going to get ratioed, as the kids say, tons of comments, no likes. Like, they don't want to post that stuff. So it affects everybody's job in that building.
Ladies and gentlemen, Big Fella would like to nominate Chef Kevin for Bites and Breakdowns. We could do a collab, Big Fella. I'm sure Chef Kevin's a busy man, though. He's chefing it up at a legitimate restaurant. Party with Peg and Artie says, offense is better than we've seen in a while. Defense needs some of these slugs replaced. We're close. Get a dog or two. Beast, what do you think of the idea of being a part of the Jet defense and replacing some of them?
You want real talent? How about you go out and get the talent? Don't waste your time talking. Just shut up and do your part. Just get off your ass and do it.
Hey, Beast, Cash Money Mike says that you're related to Butterbean. Is that true?
Yeah. What an idiot. What?
Yes, you are, or no?
I said, what an idiot. I don't.
Yeah, but you said
so,
yes
Pally.
first.
I don't think so, Pally.
So you are related to Butterbean?
No, I'm not, Pally.
Why? Don't call me Pally. My name is Jake.
Well, I was going to take a Dustin Rhodes question to go talk about it, Pappy.
Hey, Beast.
Take it to the bank.
To quote the great Beast Breaker,
you could kiss my big, big ass. Woo!
Thank you, Beast. All right, we're gonna.
The question was, can he play on defense? That was the question, folks. Could he play on defense? And those were the answers we got.
Well, then I followed up with the Butterbean question, to be fair, but yeah.
Well, you do that because he was babbling about the first question. He wasn't answering it. Filibuster. That's what we should call him. Filibuster. Because all he does is just talk about nothing.
Spencer Greed says, Beast, Paul Heyman said you're a fraud. I said you weren't. What are your thoughts? All right, you got to bring Beast back on again. Beast, what's the deal here?
Your twin was talking shit, Beast. What happened?
Every bit of my respect. You just basically you lost your spot in my alliance. You've now been demoted.
Who?
See you later, alligator.
Who's been demoted? Specifically, who?
He knows. It's called You Already Know. You already know.
Oh, Spencer Green.
Can you run your mouth about the alliance?
Thank you very much, Beast.
Beast just lost his best supporter in Spencer Green.
Yeah, he like flips on Spencer Green every other day, though. By tomorrow, he'll love Spencer again. All right, let's get to more of your calls here before we wrap up. A reminder, the giveaway is a throwback Big Q jersey. So if you want a chance to win that, gift the membership. If you don't win our top 3 prizes you're qualifying for and supporting the channel, by the way. So thanks to everyone who does that all the time. Sauce Gardner signed jersey, Wayne Corbett signed football, and the granddaddy of them all, a Joe Namath signed helmet. Let's get to more of your outstanding calls. Dylan, I don't know if you've ever taken a call from this guy, but if you haven't, you're about to.
If Mad Max ain't yapping about Jets, that boy, he's jamming. He's slamming, freaking dancing, wall smashing. I'm Jake Asman. If Mad Max ain't ever stopped yapping, that boy, he still be dancing. Then call Jake Asman. He got an orange wall.
Can you guys hear me?
Holy hell.
Yes.
Dylan, embarrassing loss by the Dolphins. Embarrassing 13 yards for 101 yards. And then I've seen an Instagram comment about Aaron Glenn. We should call him Aaron Sala. He's regurgitating the same points as Robert Sala. Oh my God, it's not an instant coffee league. The league's instant coffee. We're not an instant coffee team. And then we're not the same old Jets. We got to call him Aaron Sala until he proves it as Aaron Glenn. Because it was unacceptable. The amount of penalties. 13 penalties for 101 yards. That was unacceptable. My second point I want to bring up is the Cowboys game. So, some stats. So, the Cowboys receivers are very good. George Pickens, the Dak to George Pickens connection, very good connection. I have George Pickens in fantasy football. So, we got to play better on defense. Against George Pickens. Sauce has to travel on George Pickens. What you guys thoughts on that?
I actually disagree. I think Sauce has been bad shadowing outside of DK. I feel like the last 3 games when he's in man coverage, it hasn't worked. I would put him back in zone and see what happens. See what.
I agree with you on that. Steve Oakes is the most stubborn defensive coordinator I've ever seen. I mean, maybe I'm overreacting, but Steve Oakes' defense is horrible. Ever since we fired
Max,
Robert,
it's great to see your armpit hair, by the way. Thank you.
Ever since we fired Robert Saleh, our defense has been horrible.
Max, what type of deodorant do you use?
I use Axe.
You should Axe. What is this?
Oh,
2007. You should be
spray
using.
on. You spray it on.
I use regular and I just put the spray on. It's not like the worst. And
You
then
should be using Mando deodorant, Max. Come on.
I'll be going. And then for the Yankees,
Yeah.
let's talk a little baseball. I think the Yankees are going to win tonight. I actually do like a baseball bracket for ESPN. I have the Yankees winning the World Series, Jake.
I don't like this. I don't like it.
I don't like where this is headed either.
Your
and I'm not
predictions have been
really, like-
horrendous. Arian Smith, 10 catches for 100 yards week 1, Max. Has he had 3 catches all season?
No, because we don't target Arian Smith in the offense.
That's why.
But like, what do you think? Hopefully the Yankees win tonight. That'll probably save New York and save my bracket for baseball.
Well, I
It'll
could
save
care
Jake
less about
because
your
he'll be
bracket.
there.
Yes, my mental health will be much better if the Yankees win tonight and not lose to Boston. Gator says, how many chicks has Mad Max brought back to his apartment since college started?
0. I need to bring some girls back to my apartment, Loki.
Hey,
I've been talking to some girls at parties. Like Jake, I've been talking to a lot of girls at parties.
really? What do you say to them?
Oh man, we're just talking. You know, we have a little like we'll do the small talk. You know, some girl named Amelia. She was like commenting on my home no track shirt.
She was
Do you show
commenting
her
on
clips
what?
of you on the show?
My track shirt. No,
your
this
track
was at a date on Saturday. Last Saturday, I was with like one of my friends. Like Amelia was. We just did a little bit of small talk. You know, that's more.
Max, what do you think happens first? You bring a girl back to your apartment or the Jets get a win?
Probably the Jets gonna win. Let's see.
No, come on. The
Max,
Jets
you gotta have confidence, brother. Come
Max,
on, you gotta say,
You
I'm
gotta
pulling
have
a bitch
confidence. I think
tonight,
I'm
this
confident the Jets will win. The Panthers look horrible. We're probably gonna win like not this week, but probably next week. That's the
That's in
Panthers.
2 weeks. No. The Panther game
No,
is after the
Panthers
London
is
game.
3
You have-
weeks from now.
I'm talking
You have
about
till
the 2
October
weeks. I think
19th,
it's- I think
Max.
it's 2 weeks. The Jets are get the first win against the Panthers. The Panthers
You
have
don't
been
think
horrible.
that you could get a girl back to your dorm room?
Let's see. Let's see, Jake. Let's see.
You have 17 days, Max. I have faith in you.
Beast has the phone
I
number of the
bet.
girl who
I'll
will come
probably
back
get-
to your apartment.
I mean,
I know it.
I'm gonna be busy in the next 2 weeks, so let's see, Jake. Let's see.
I don't know. It sounds like this Amelia girl's into you.
Oh man, shoot. we were just friends. We're just friends, you know.
No, don't friend zone
Come
yourself
on,
already.
Jake,
Yeah,
I told
you're
you,
friend zoning
Jake, I told you
yourself.
so many girls are around. Like, come on.
You talk
Oh,
to so
you're
many
down
girls.
Rowan?
And I
Okay.
do, Jake. Like, come on. You know me.
Hey, if you talk to so many girls, you're gonna get one of them back to your dorm room.
Yeah, I probably will.
Burkinator says, Mad Max, where do you go to school? Beast will put in the word and get the ladies to pull up.
Oh man, I got a Rowan.
All right, Max.
Beast doesn't know where that is, so that's okay.
Rowan University, Glassboro. It's in South Jersey, Beast.
Let's
Yeah, you're
let's
Philly
work on your
territory.
opening line, Max. All right. When you're in these conversations here, you said you're talking to them. Like what are you doing?
Max, nice to meet you. What's your name? That's what I'm always like to girls.
You don't want to be too friendly though. You want to make it clear that you have intentions of wooing them, Max. All right. Why are you muting yourself? We need to hear you.
Sounds good, Jake. Sounds good.
All right. Well, Max, we covered a lot of ground today. He left.
Oh.
Wow. I'm starting to think he left because he didn't want to talk about his
Were we making him
college
a little
love making.
nervous?
Maybe. Max, this is for you.
What are you guys' opinion on me doing a backflip through this orange wall?
Thank you, Max.
Jake, do you notice who's in the little video there? You asked if I'd ever talked to Max before.
Oh, are you in that video?
What are you guys' opinion on me doing a backflip? through this
You
orange
are.
wall?
I was on Max's first call.
I didn't realize that. Is that your
Yeah.
first time since his first call being on the show with him?
Yes, yeah, first time since, but I never miss a Max call.
Burkinator says, Jake with the holy hell when Mad Max came on and set me. Dude, he started the call like, can you guys hear me?
It was
I'm like, yeah, man. I can hear you. God damn it. Unfortunately. I love you, Mad Max. You're the man. Hey, Mad Max, by the way, he's going to be, I can't wait to see where the committee seeds him. He's going far in the tournament.
He's got it. I remember my first Adderall.
Beast, who's still in the Dangerous Alliance, and what purpose of said alliance? Is Ariel Nash in the alliance? Who is the alliance fighting with? All right, Beast, make this quick. Please answer a question. I got more people on hold before we end the show.
She's welcome to this alliance. After all, she ain't no Medusa, but she does have the power to probably be the most
Who's still in the Dangerous Alliance?
Oh, there's plenty of us. It's all you gotta do is look around and move along to the next question. I gotta go put some ointment on my back.
You got to put ointment on your back.
I got a sore back. You
What?
try lifting hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of pounds of garbage off the street. You also try cutting the grass. You try feeding the squirrels. You try taking care of a guinea pig. You try cutting everywhere you can go. You try surviving. I've been doing this for decades. You know what the old saying is? I strive to survive. Put
And
that
you
as a
put
new t-shirt.
ointment on your sores. You put ointment on your sores.
Put that in a new t-shirt. How about put that for a new t-shirt? Strive to survive.
How about I gotta go feed the squirrels?
That's pretty cheap. That's cheap.
Hey, Diggy with a good question, Beast. How do you reach your back?
Hey, as long as you can do it this way, you can do it, but do it slowly. When you get older, you're gonna have to it's gonna take time. You gotta remember, when you get older, it's gonna get tougher. But think of it this way: in 100 years, who's gonna care anyway? You know what's gonna happen?
Yeah, it is.
Beast still has that fastball working, man. That was an all-timer. You gotta go feed the squirrel.
Hundreds and hundreds of pounds of grass. Hundreds.
Unreal. If you're watching live, thank you. I don't know why we deal with this crappy team. Please subscribe to the channel, though. I'll be here every day talking about them regardless, year-round, because I'm nuts. Anyway, we are presented, by the way, by FanDuel. Jets and the Cowboys line still remains at 2.5. So if you want to place your bet before potential line movement, if anything, I think it gets to 3. So if you do like the Cowboys, I'd bet it now because I do think there's going to be a lot of public money coming in on Dallas when people are like, "Oh, Dallas is only a 2.5-point favorite. They just put 40 on the Packers. The Jets haven't won a game." So it could be a trap game. I hope it is. But if you want to get the best number, people have asked me, I think you want to bet it now before Sunday.
Yeah, and the Cowboys are potentially missing a lot of pieces
They're
on
banged
their
up.
offense.
I think that's why the line is what it is.
That is why the line is so low. Yeah, because it should be like 4.5. I think.
Ladies and gentlemen, more of your calls. Malcolm Flex is up next. What's up, Mr. Flex? Please unmute, and then we can hear you.
I don't know why I was muted. There we go. Anyways, man, I'm racking my brain right now trying to figure out a quick fix for the Jets defense. Like, it just seems like there's, outside of some football trickery, like there's nobody available to really add to, play that very forced safety spot. Like, it feels like we're just stuck with what we got. And man, I've been looking over trackers. None of the trackers are updated. You don't see anybody good, maybe, oh God, how do we get here? Like, who is there to trade for? Because it seems like everybody is hurt so far in the league that we would need. Like, teams that had a wide receiver that we would want. Oh, sorry, they just lost a wide receiver one. Yeah, no deal. Teams that are missing, defensive back. Sorry, their defensive backfield just got thin. And now linebackers a position. So I'm just kind of trying to figure out, like, what the hell do we do? Like, do we move Will McDonald to Will linebacker and start going to like some kind of weird eagle front where he can chase down stuff from the edge or be a +1? Like, what are we?
Who's rushing the quarterback though? If we did that,
no, you can move to, you can go to an under front now. You can actually do some weird things where you have them play part-time linebacker, part-time DP and DPR.
I'll tell you what, I don't think they do that, but I like how you're like, what if we try that? Like, I feel like Steve Wilkes has not done really anything that different through the first 4 games. And my biggest thing, and you can speak to this, Malcolm, because you played at Auburn, like the Jets, when they go up against a team, my untrained eyes as someone who never played at the highest of levels, D1 or NFL, right? Like, there's a play that works, and then the team they're playing does it again and again and again and again, and the Jets never adjust, and they never could stop it.
It's like it's tough because you look at some of these teams, and it's like they've got a well-rounded attack. So I mean, with Miami, before they lost Tyreek Hill, like I said, they would kill you with the motion, the sweeps, and all of that. Like, your eyes would get caught up in the eye candy because there is still that threat of, oh God, what if Tyreek Hill gets the ball off of the bounce motion, or what if he gets the ball on a sweep, or a Kane? Like I said again, they kind of held Devin Kane till the end, but it's just there's too much balance against a lot of these teams that they're going in. And it's like it's not so much that the Jets aren't as good as some of these teams, just that these teams have a more coherent identity. And it's like when you look at the Jets on offense, like of course our identity is a run, but we're not exceptionally well at the run because we're not too good at the pass because there's no threat outside of Garrett Wilson. You can game plan a single receiver and then just, let everybody else, take the underneath stuff. As long as you don't get beat by the run, like I said, we'll load the box and let Garrett Wilson maybe get like 15 yards, 10 yards here every now and again. But, we can game plan them by, kind of shading the free or, just kind of playing a couple of coverage games, maybe some quarter half on that side. Oh, there's
which they ran one time apparently. They ran one rep of quarter half and then went away from it because they called it at the worst time. And Miami just happened to beat their quarter half coverage, and they went away from it. It was like, look, we tried it, it didn't work, and see you later. Like it was actually embarrassing because they went from 0% to 1% on that chart you sent me.
I know it's terrible because we don't practice it, number one, and then it's like number two again. And this is what a lot of people forgot. Darren Waller was a premium tight end in this league. Back when he was with the Raiders, like, man was on the top 100 and everything. Miami somehow had, just somehow miraculously against the Jets, they got a premium tight end against a linebacker deficient and a team that has to either roll Cisco or Tony Adams or bring in Isaiah Oliver to try and cover, cover a premium mismatch 6'7", jump ball tight end, which all that speed on the outside. Like, that's what I'm talking about. Teams are versatile. The Jets aren't. And I mean, Engstrand's doing good now. Like, he's doing a little bit better building identity. And I think he's going to have to, it might hurt him, but we might have to be a little bit more balanced because, trying to build this identity of, we're a run first team. Well, now you just lost your battering ram. So now what are you going to do? So this might actually be good for us, but at the same time, it's just I look at the defense and I'm just like, outside of maybe a coin flip of, moving Brandon Stevens to free safety, maybe you letting Malachi Moore play strong safety because which even if you do that, are you running single high now? Like maybe
now we're stuck in single high because we don't trust them in too high. we can't play quarters.
I'm not putting Malachi Moore split safety. I'm not doing that. But it's like those are like on defense, there are no personnel there's no personnel fixes by addition because the pickings are so slim. It's instead personnel wizardry, like moving people around. But it's like on offense, maybe we can trade for somebody. But I mean, it's like you were already saying, offense is kind of at that level that we expected it to be or needed to be. Like offense is kind of working, and it's just, and I mean that goes back to the Arian Smith thing because I really wanted to see that separation chart one more time because I want to see, like, are they talking about separation like at the top of the route? Because if Arian Smith is running goes, it's like 3-4 seconds in, he's at the very top of the go route. Of course, he's going to be leaving them behind, but at that point, he's too far to get the ball to him, and especially if Fields is scrambling, you can't set your feet and then throw. Like I think about like how he did when he had George Pickens. Like they were magic. People don't forget, man. Like people forget. George Pickens and Fields were magic because Pickens could literally just go like deep, just go up and get the ball at any point on any route, out breaking routes, corner routes, ends. And it was magic. And I just feel like we don't have that.
The one outside release go that they ran, Garrett Wilson made the most ridiculous touchdown catch. They just don't have that guy that runs the outside release go efficiently that Fields can identify one-on-one coverage and say, I'm going to go there 9 out of 10 times. Like there were times where Garrett was one-on-one coverage with no safety help over the top. And I'm like, great, Fields is going to check out of it. But then I realized they're under center and they're either running the ball or running play action. So they don't do true drop back passes out of shot under center. So it's like Garrett's not getting the ball, even if he wins one-on-one with no safety help over the top. So it's a huge conundrum where I feel like the blame just goes in circles. I would say I wanted Romeo Doubs. Obviously, you mentioned teams that had wide receivers at a surplus that now suffered injuries. So like that kind of took him off the table. And the defensive guy, the only person I can think of, and it's been kind of floated out there weeks ago, Azeez Ojulari on the edge. He's on the Eagles practice squad, and they just signed Zadarius Smith. So like maybe they don't think a lot about him, but also Bryce Huff didn't succeed in Philadelphia and he thrived here. So maybe it's just one of those situations where they just don't have a use for him, and get a guy on the edge that can play. That's not, Braden McGregor or Tyler Barron right now.
You could try a
Yeah,
bigger
you need
front
work.
too. I know Connor Rogers talked about that on the SNY pregame show, and Bart and Willie agreed. Like, why not use Quinn Williams on the edge? Give him some reps there. See if you can generate some pass rush opportunities in that regard.
Yeah, it depends on if you want to shift from a 4-man to a 3-man and put your lighter guys out there, or I mean, maybe you could do that, but then your only other options, maybe you got Quinn playing on strong side. Now he's sitting up there having to work against double teams from the tight end and the tackle.
Tight end tackle. Yep.
And it's just that's not a take it from somebody that rushed that tried to rush from that position at one point. It's not fun. Like, it's not as bad as a guard tackle or a center guard, like where you're having to rush from like a 2 technique, but it's still pretty bad when you got a tight end that's sitting up there torque blocking you. It's like you can't get off. Like Michael, it's very rare that you're getting handled one-on-one, but put that tight end with somebody else. It's a bad day to try to get off the ball on runs. And so it's just I don't know exactly what the fix is right now. I guess that's why I don't get paid the big bucks, but we're in a very tough spot.
But at least to Jake's point, you said you were like, what can we try? I don't think Steve Wilkes has even asked that question of what can we try.
Well, he said it's not the scheme. And it's like, well, I don't know. The scheme had how many guys wide open on Monday night? Like people were like, oh, they didn't put any pressure on Tua. And that's right. They had no quarterback hits. They had no sacks. How are you going to get a sack when you watch back the film and the ball is out so quick because there's just wide open throwing lanes because the guys aren't covering anyone?
Right. Also, where the hell is Jamin Davis? Now that I sort of think about us being down on people, it's like we just sort of
they got rid of him,
and we we just never brought him back, and now we need linebackers. It's like,
I thought he would have been the guy we brought back instead of, I guess, Mark Robinson, the guy from New England's practice squad. Which, if you're going to take a practice squad guy from somebody else, at least have the guy that was in-house when you were installing your defense. He at least knows your verbiage. He can come in and be like, all right, guys, I saw what we're doing wrong in the first 4 weeks. Let's try to fix it. Even if it doesn't make the fix happen, I would trust Jamin Davis out there more than Kiko Malinois.
Yeah, it's confusing. There had to have been something that's going on, but then we got to get a guy like Coward back from IR. So, we're still not even up to
well, he's season ending, unfortunately.
Oh, shit.
He's whole season IR. They put him on right before the 53 came out. That was a crusher because obviously Tufele had the first good game in preseason, and we all thought it doesn't matter about Byron Cowart. But, there is a potential that Byron Cowart would have been – but then again, maybe you don't have Briggs or Phillips if you have Byron Cowart healthy. So, it's all a domino effect, and it's like, I just want to see this unit try something. Just show me that you have a pulse to try something because your adjustments in game don't really seem to be working.
Also, this comment from RB was pretty spot on. They could try effectively communicating. We showed a couple plays where Sauce is trying to pass off someone to a different either safety or corner, and they don't do it. And it's like, okay, well, that's just, I don't know if that's coaching or guys not being prepared because they're not being coached on these certain things that they happen, but it's bad. It's bad, man. It's like people the numbers for the Jet defense. They're the only team in the NFL that's allowed 25 points in each of the 4 games. They are one of the worst in the league at pressures. They're the only defense in the league without a turnover. I showed these stats the other day. 54.8% of their opponents' drives have ended in either a field goal or a touchdown. They're 30th in defensive EPA per dropback. They had 4 sacks week 1. They had 6 total on the year, 0 in week 4. This defense used to be one of the best in the league with a lot of the guys that are still here. That's what's so just disappointing. Maybe they weren't going to be as good this year, but they should not be this bad.
They should not.
No. And it sucks because the longer you talk, the longer you talk, the more problems we find. It's like there's just more blame to go around. There's no solutions are just staring you in the face. Obviously, the personnel changes of AZ and Malachi and those things, or a different linebacker, insert name here, Jake Asman playing alongside Jamian Sherwood. Those are the only fixes right now. And we have to see them try that before we can even consider what the next step is, which is, okay, the game plan each week sucks. Steve Wilkes isn't looking at what the offenses want to do to succeed against our defense. He's just going in there saying, my defense is going to do this and stop you. And it doesn't work like that. Each offense is different. Tua is the quick release, the play action, the bootlegs like we saw. They were not ready for any of those things. And that's Tua's bread and butter. You got to study the offense and game plan for it.
That's going to be a sad part. And I mean, the AFC East is home to a diverse cast of offenses. Like, it's literally, I mean, the AFC in general is such a retardedly, like, just, you got this style offense here. You got the Earnhardt Perkins over there. You got modern day spreads. Like, it's we're going to be in for it, man. And I hope old man Wilkes can, learn a new trick. But at this point, we might have to take him behind the shed, coaching wise. So I don't know, man.
Now, how do you feel about squirrels, by the way? Flex, I saw you laughing on hold when Beastbreaker was listing out all the things that he's done.
Oh God. Well, I'm not a squirrel fan. Mom actually has a virulent hatred of squirrels. And Beast he's a treat, man. Never change, Beast. You're a national treasure, my guy. Like,
well said.
Yeah. That's
ladies and gentlemen, the great Malcolm Flex.
Take it to the bank because you just nobody gives a shit.
All right, home stretch here. Couple super chats. First, Chef Kevin, shout out to you. Says Jake DT, great show. Let's go Jets. Chef Kevin is in the raffle for 2. Also, Beast had an announcement earlier. He says, if you got a problems with squirrels, go F a toilet seat.
Thought-provoking.
Ladies and gentlemen, if you want thought-provoking opinions, thought-provoking takes, we got just the guy on the line.
Holy shit, look at that beard! He has a beard, he's the man. Ain't no Santa Claus. Papa Jet loves the Jets. He's one handsome son of a bitch. It's Papa Jet.
Guys got me?
Dude, the chat blocked my chat. StreamYard shut down my chat, and I said Papa It, and you show up looking like Papa It. That's not fair. StreamYard screwed me over.
Well,
Papa It.
The last game was bad, so this is Papa It hiding his face in shame. But it's the same old, same old. We've been saying it since week 1. Penalties and turnovers, fundamental football. It's just, I don't know. It's like that play in the fourth quarter. Who's that running back's name? Anchin or whatever his name is.
Achan,
yeah.
Yeah, he had like a fourth quarter run and he was by the sidelines and like he went through like 6 of our guys for like another 10 yards. These guys can't tackle. It's just getting frustrating. And another play too, since week 1, Rodgers has got us, Allen's got us. I didn't see the Tampa game, but I'm sure Mayfield got us. But in Tua too, these play action rollouts are killing us.
The linebackers are not good at the play action, and it makes the defensive secondary's job that much harder. So it's not good when your back 7 can't get on the same page because that's the last line of defense.
But ain't the so when they flow the one way though, DT, shouldn't that far defensive end still be containing that outside?
Yeah, you would think so. A lot of times they like to crash down because they like to anticipate. And right now I feel like so many people on the defense, and I can't speak to this directly, but it feels like everybody on the defense is just trying to make a play so badly that they end up making it worse for themselves. So I can't really speak exactly to what the defense is doing, but they're not being put in the right position to win, and they're certainly not doing the right things to win each and every down.
Yeah. And one more thing, the Jets will win this week, and it's not because of anything they've done the last 4 weeks. This is a Las Vegas sucker bet. Whenever you see a line like that, I'm telling you, Vegas makes money. So I'm calling it. Jets win, Las Vegas sucker bet.
Papa Jet calling it. Now, Papa, before we let you run, give us your take on squirrels. Where do you stand on them and your thoughts on Beast's relationship with them?
Sorry, Beast, but squirrels are assholes because I have a few bird feeders out here, and I spent a lot of money on bird seed, and I'm feeding the squirrels and chipmunks, so I don't like them.
Now, how do you feel about Bad Bunny?
Is that the Super Bowl halftime thing or whatever?
What is this? Who is this guy? Bad freaking Bunny. What is that?
When I heard talk of squirrels, I thought, Bad Bunny? Is he a bunny? Is he any relation to Bugs Bunny?
Speaking of backyard animals.
All right, a couple calls left. Up next on the Gusbuster Hotline is none other than the David T.
I got my eye on you. Checkmate me, full screen, bitch. Fireball, whiskey time, David motherfucking T.
Hi, guys.
David T, a clean shaven T.
Oh, yeah, man. Nice and soft.
Didn't even miss any spots like Bobby.
Yeah, you know what? I thought about that, and you know, when I went back to shaving, I would nick myself a little bit, but I'm getting better at it, Dylan.
Hell yeah. I'm still not good at shaving 30 years in, so one day.
Well, you got time to improve, right?
Absolutely.
Yeah. Bad Bunny, that's a young people's thing. And Mr. Bonesy, once a week, I think there's going to be an oops, and he might have another addition to the family, and that's a good thing. He just got to sell more shoes. So what I want to say, and I kind of feel strongly about this, you know, Aaron Glenn coaching and everything. If the Jets get to like 0-6, well, let's say 0-8, and you know, you're dealing with bonehead Woody Johnson, but you let him go and put Engstrat as interim coach.
I hope we don't get there, because that means a lot of stuff is going wrong. I mean, interim coach in the sense of he's taken over for AG. That's that's drastic, David T.
I think we're going to get there, Dylan. I mean,
All
AG. Right. I mean, I have the utmost respect for AG, but you know what? With Saleh, we gave him a lot of years, and you know, a really good person and a great coordinator, but just not a head coach. That's my feeling.
Mm-hmm. What I'll say is this: I'll give AG a total, and I said this when he was hired, really for any first-time coach, 20 games. So that's 3 games into next season before I say pull the plug. Obviously, I still wouldn't do it in season because we saw what happened with Saleh. I can't push back too hard on anybody trying to say it now. It's hard to say after 4 games, despite how bad it has looked, to just completely generalize his coaching career as he's not made it, or he can't make it.
I would agree with you, but it seems like this Anstrat is a budding star. So that might be the difference.
Mm-hmm. But he also hired Engstrand. So if we kill him for hiring Wilkes, we have to praise AG for hiring Engstrand. And I still think Chris Banjo, the special teams guy, is good. So that means 2 out of 3 AG hires were good. So I don't know. It's a tough conundrum to be in because, and this is why a lot of people, Jake probably included, want the offensive-minded coach, because then you don't have to do this whole thing of, can the OC become the head coach if we fire the head coach, but the head coach hired the offensive coordinator who's doing good. So is it really that bad of a job by the head coach? So I wanted, and when Saleh and Mike LaFleur were here, the same things were happening. People wanted to know if Mike LaFleur could be the head coach. And I loved LaFleur. It doesn't mean they're going to be good head coaches. So it's just a tough conundrum to be in. And the only way to solve it right now, David T, is wins.
Right. And that's all. That being said is well and good. Boy, I sound like I know what I'm talking about, but they're not winning games, and life is funny.
Hey, what are your thoughts on squirrels?
Squirrels?
Yeah.
What's your reference to that?
Beastbreaker has to feed his squirrels. Are you pro squirrel? Are you anti squirrel? Whichever.
I love animals. I think you should be always kind to animals.
Ladies and gentlemen, a great answer from a great man.
Breaking sports news on the Jake Asman Show.
Now we have some breaking Jets news, Dylan. The Jets appear to be trying to correct their mistakes. This was at practice earlier. Aaron Glenn seen trying to punch balls out of his players' hands in ball security drills while wearing a boxing glove. So I like seeing
that's not a base running mitt in the MLB that he's wearing.
That is not. That is not an oven mitt. It is a true boxing glove. Aaron Glenn is actually coaching to try and solve a problem. There's Isaiah Williams. Make sure you punch him, Aaron, because that guy is a moron, for being honest. Garrett Wilson's not going to fumble. No chance.
You can make the joke that this shouldn't be happening, but you have to give them some credit for realizing that they have to do this. Does it need to necessarily be AG himself? No. Ooh, look at that move Reynolds put on him. Ooh, Reynolds cooked him on that one.
Tape back. Hold on.
Oh, he cooked him on that one.
Josh Reynolds, did he cook him?
That was great.
Oh, got him. Behind the back.
I love it. No, but you can look at it one of two ways. It's obviously a bad thing that they're doing this, but you can look at it like they're not settled and they're not complacent, right? The coaching staff is not going to be complacent. They want to coach these guys out of their bad problems, which not going all the way with Nick's percentages yesterday. He was 75-25. I'm 55% players, 45% coaches. When did Robert Saleh ever put on a boxing glove and do this? Like, I don't want to compare so much, but it's like these guys are trying to be proactive. I understand they're still reactionary because it's week 5, but that we could have seen this happen in the summer. We just don't know about it because Rich didn't post it in a video form. So you can take it one of two ways.
Did somebody say boxing?
Chicken with pasta is worse than peanut butter with sandwich.
Nah, I'm just kidding. We don't have Gary on the line. Although Gary hasn't called in about a week.
I was ready for Gary. He's been on a milk carton the last couple weeks.
They're calling him Aaron Glenn Balboa in the chat, according to Dominic D'Angelo.
I like it.
Jersey Jet says, Glenn actually bled Jets green. We jumped the gun with Carroll too soon. Look, no, I am in agreement. It is way too soon to talk about firing a head coach 4 games in. But I think a couple things we're allowed to do. We could say we need to give him more time, and we're also allowed to be critical of a team that's 0-4. Like, just because you're critical of the team doesn't mean you're advocating for the Jets to fire a coach 4 games into his tenure. I don't think anyone with a brain is saying that right now.
Yeah, I think that's the ultra reactive fan saying fire everything, punt it all into the sun. I don't think it fixes things. Like, where do you go from there then? And I don't want to say, oh, who are you going to hire? Because you have dollars that bring bodies into this organization. And this felt like a guy who was not taking it for the paycheck. So I'm not ready to put him out just yet either.
Hungry Hippo Dangerous Alliance says, Jake, if Sean calls in, will you put him on the show? Yeah, I don't understand. What does Sean think I'm mad at him for something? I have no clue. I don't know anything about this issue with Sean. So Sean, call in and tell me if you have a problem with
Squash the beef. Squash the beef.
I don't know what beef there is. I'm going to put the link in just for Sean, and then we'll take our final call and read some raffle names because someone's going to win a Quinn Williams jersey. So last chance to enter. Today's closer, unless this guy Sean calls in, is Philly Noodles. Hello, Philly.
Yo, what's going on, gentlemen?
Philly.
What's going on? First off, David T's new intro is fire. I like that headbanger.
It's been a while. That's not new.
Oh, I didn't know. I haven't seen him in
What,
a
are
minute.
you new here?
Yeah, I'm freaking brand new. You know what I'm saying? Listen, I can't take his take. How did Ernstrand become a budding star? What did Fields running 48 yards for a touchdown just catapulted his play calling to the moon?
I think Wilkes has been so bad, and the Jets offense has been better than what we probably thought it would be going into the year through 4 weeks, that it has made Engstrand look a lot better than what he might actually be. I will say, I don't think he's bad, though. I'm encouraged so far.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think he's getting a head coaching job yet. Like, I don't think we need to, worry about the Jets losing him in the offseason. But, I think there's some encouraging signs so far.
So we're talking about, like, back in the day, Erngstrand is coming in as the chick with no braces, and her best friend who's got, just looks terrible, has got freckles and she's got braces, and you're like, oh, I gotta go on a date with her, like, you know what I mean? She's like the side chick to go with her. That's what we're saying. He's at this point. Yeah, I can see he looks that much better than him. But and Dylan, I would change that sign behind you. Instead of it saying "Don't bother me on watching the Jets," it should say "Do bother me on watching the Jets," so we can pull you from the television. It's been pretty bad, bro.
So bothersome, man.
Dude, so I just wanted to go over real quick. I saw the stats with Justin Fields with 5 TDs, no interceptions, blah blah blah. My thing is, speaking on Ernst Strang, it's like he dealt with Goff. He dealt with Harbaugh. These systems were stationary quarterbacks for the most part. I don't know, call me crazy or not. So if you're looking at what Glenn had said, oh, well, how did the Eagles win a championship? They ran the ball. That's a total different type of system. So you can't marry one system with a different system. It's like he took an odd piece in Fields and put it into his system. When like someone like Daniel Jones going into a Steichen over there, he was a Eagle disciple, right? And when the way he coordinated. So to me, it's like you can't just call whatever. Like I don't know. You just need to see more relevance with the other receivers. I mean, Reynolds coming back if he's healthy, that's good. He's got great hands, but
Reynolds played this past week.
Well, yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, where was he, right? Like, something else has to give. I don't know what it is. I don't know if he needs to roll him out. Obviously, I think if Fields gets rolling, keep his feet moving, get him out of the pocket, do some type of motions. I don't know. Something's got to give though. You got to get the ball out and down the field.
They got to be more aggressive earlier. I think.
Yeah, it's got to
pass on early downs. Pass on early downs, and when you think that they're bringing 6, and there was a really good rep of Fields. He started out. It was a 3-by-2 set. Brees and a wide receiver, Davis and a wide receiver to the right, a tight end and 2 receivers to the left. He shifted in the tight end. It was Mason Taylor and I believe Isaiah Davis into he motioned Davis into the backfield and Taylor onto the left side of the offensive line. And then he shifted Mason Taylor over to the right side of the offensive line to set the protection. And Mason Taylor one-on-one with Jalen Phillips on the rep. And Justin Fields hit an 8-yard pass for a first down. So, like, when Fields sees it, Fields can do it. And that's the thing when I talk about him playing with confidence. Get him throwing earlier. Get this pre-snap picture more helpful for him. That's what I consider players in the best positions to win, because when Fields is on, Fields looks really damn good. But when Fields is off, it's the Buffalo.
Bad. Yeah, it's bad. It's a nightmare. I mean, I think the worst rep I saw on an All-22, some other channel, I will not name. That's wrong. But this dude shows up and shows how Ruckert blows a complete block. And it's like, it's moments like that where it's like, how are you guys coming off the snap incorrectly as a line? And then you're having mistakes like that when, Ruckert is really for blocking and Taylor is more for passing. It's kind of just, I don't know. If they clean that up, if they clean the offensive line issues up, again, that's another coach that he dragged from. Did he come from Detroit or a different team? But he was the tight ends. Yeah, he was a tight ends coach.
Philly, I agree. And I got to run. So I'm gonna leave you with this that we need to see Sunday. You ready?
Yeah.
Did they ever force a damn turnover?
That's where it starts, because you got to help the offense by getting shorter fields, extra possessions. That will help this offense as well. Like, get them some positive momentum. They haven't done it all year. All right. Yeah. Snowball enters the raffle. It says, when do we have a players only defense meeting? I think we might need one soon. They had one after the Bills game, and it's still this bad. The rushing defense. Remember, Quinn and Valda will never happen again. For the passing.
Oh, I didn't know that was a players only meeting that led to that.
That was players only. Yeah.
Shit. Yeah. Miami did it week 1. We did it week 2.
Now, we just did defense. I think Miami did the whole team.
Okay.
But still,
yeah.
All right. I'm ready for the raffle. However, Sean has called in, and I didn't realize that this Sean is Sean Sharp. Sean, do you have a problem with me? I'm very confused.
You're Sean Sharp the whole time?
My brother, Jake, my brother, stealing that shit from King Lowski.
What's up, Sean? I'm very confused.
No, it's because you did take a couple of my calls. You know, I tried to call in a couple of times, and like,
What do you mean
I
I
don't know,
didn't
you
take
just,
them? Like you were on hold and I didn't get to you?
yeah, you dismissed me a couple of times,
I
but
didn't dismiss you. I probably was on the air and the show was ending. I didn't have time to squeeze
I
you
thought
in.
you were mad at me, honestly,
Because I didn't take
because
your
I did
call.
take
No.
no, but guys, I did honestly, like, I left a message to you about I was drinking, so it was something about some shit I didn't even mean. So I thought you took it seriously.
Where's your message? I don't. Was it a super chat or what do you mean a message?
Yeah,
Like
no, it was like a YouTube message, you
a
know,
comment?
on your channel. Yeah, comment.
Oh, to be honest, man, I didn't even see it. I don't think because we get a lot of comments.
Yeah, so I thought you took it seriously, so I didn't. But Jake, my brother, you know. But man, it's so fucking frustrating. You know why? Because I want to come out here in Maine, you know, my fucking jet gear, and be like, fuck you, and fuck you. I'm out. But you know, I can't, you know, because we're losing. And the Patriots are 2-2. So I'm like, damn it, man.
You gonna go get a Mountain Dew after this call, Sean?
Yeah, you see, I'm supporting Mountain Dew right here, but I'm like Paul Logan up in this bitch. But no, for real, like I just wanted to say, like basically, you know, it sucks because GW Garrett Wilson does not deserve this shit, man. He's too talented for this shit. Like he must be thinking before he goes to bed, man, I wish I was on fucking
When
the
you
Bills.
said Paul Logan, did you mean Logan Paul, by the way?
One of the Logans. No, I said Jake Logan, right?
You said Paul Logan, which is Logan Paul backwards.
But yeah, whatever. I meant like Jake Paul or whichever one, Logan Paul, whichever
about
those
Paul
fucking
Logan?
dimwits. Those fucking, you know, they prey on dumb fucking assholes.
Hey, Sean,
to buy
family
their...
program here. Watch the language.
Oh, sorry. Excuse my language. I know I curse a lot, man.
Yeah, stop fucking
Father,
cursing.
Son,
My
Holy
God.
We're the freaking New York Jets. So we're shit.
Now I'm mad, Sean. I'm just kidding. Sean, finish your call. Go ahead. Sean?
I guess he's out.
That's it. Thank God.
He said something about Garrett Wilson, and I don't know.
Garrett Wilson's awesome.
Answer today. His answer today, he literally said it's not about winning entirely. It's about where you play and who you play for and doing it for your team. So for all the Garrett Wilson's not going to finish out his contract and he's going to request a trade. I don't know. I don't see it. I know he's kind of beaten down, but like the team also just paid him $30 million and they showed that they believe in him. Not many other teams are going to do that necessarily.
He is not getting traded, folks. He's not. He knew what he was signing up for, and not winning, but he got paid. He's a team captain. He's having his best statistical season so far, so I think he'll be all right. All right. Philly Noodle says Sean Shades, no action. Brunson, LOL, all-time call. That was something. He thought I was mad at him for a comment. I don't even know what the comment was.
I thought he purposely said Paul Logan because he didn't want to say Logan Paul. So he was like, I'm the alter ego, but he just didn't know the name.
Let's see. Anthony Lozerato is the last recipient. Says, Jake, great show today. Driving home. Let's go, Yankees. Have a great time at the game and bring some luck to them. Anthony, I will do my best. My playoff record with the Yankees overall in my life is very good. However, the last playoff game I saw was Game 5 of the World Series. So let's hope we get a win tonight.
Did the Jets wish them luck? Because they wished them luck game 1 and they lost. So if the social media team puts out a good luck tweet, it's not good news for the Jets. Nobody wants the Jets luck. That's the thing.
That's the problem. Well, their post was good luck in the playoffs. So,
oh gosh, so it's all encompassing.
I don't know. Hopefully, it was just game 1 and they win the next 2 now.
Seriously,
we're gonna find out. Right now, we're gonna find out who's gonna win a Quinnen jersey. Boom!
It's time to announce the winners of the weekly Asmaniac raffle. Let's spin the Jake Asman Show Wheel of Champions and find out which Asmaniac is winning an epic prize.
It is indeed epic. It's a throwback Q jersey. If you win, I need your name, the size you want the jersey in, and the address where to send it to. Good luck to everyone. Thanks to everyone who supports. thank you to everyone who continues to watch this show, commiserate with us, comment, super chat, download the podcast, watch live or after the fact. However you tune in, we appreciate you. Can't say that enough. Ladies and gentlemen, there could be only one winner today, but if you don't win, you are entered in our weekly raffle, which is on Tuesday during our first show. Good luck, and let's find out who wins a Q jersey right now. How about this? It's Rick Kent, the Rick Kent. Rick, who's on Bobby Midnight's show right now and gifted during this show, just won a Quinnen Williams jersey. Rick, congratulations. That's awesome.
A multitasking as maniac. My in
Unreal.
real life friend, Rick Kent.
The great
Love it.
Rick Kent. Congrats to Rick. He's the winner. We'll do more giveaways tomorrow. Only one show tomorrow. If you missed the announcement earlier. Oh, Rick's in the chat. He goes, I win. Thanks, everyone. Happy Yom Kippur, Rick, even though it's not very happy. You're atoning for your sins today, and you're already off to a great start because God heard you, and he gave you a Quinnen Williams jersey. So that's awesome.
Are you not allowed to eat the steak then? If you go to the stadium, you're not.
At sundown. If you're Jewish and you fast, at sundown, you could eat.
Oh, at sundown. Okay, so into the it starts at 8 o'clock. So by the time you get there, it'll be
the sun will be down.
Gotcha.
Exactly. I'm not fasting, so you don't have to worry about it. I don't know if Rick is, though. He's on the West Coast. He's got more time to wait. Christina says these raffles are rigged. How dare you, Christina? If they were rigged, you think we would allow 6 rings to win a CJ Mosley signed jersey? How dare you? How dare you? All right, that does it for me. Dylan, I'm going to put the link to your channel in the chat right now. Everyone needs to subscribe. When is the next live show, DT?
Live show, I'm not sure. I kind of mentioned it on my pre-recorded show that I did right before I came on here. I'm dealing with this severe headache going on in the back of my head. So staring at the screen for more than 2 hours is kind of tough. I'm hoping to get one live stream in between now and the Cowboys game, even if it's just a quick hour. But I did just put out 46 minutes of trying to reason and explain the 0-4 start and how we can come out of this 0-4 start and still look like a manageable team in this league. So go check that out at Dylan Tereman on YouTube. We're on the way to 2,000. A1 since day one. So the membership tier, $4.99 a month. That'll get you access to the college quarterback breakdowns that I've been doing, the offensive film breakdowns when the offense is indeed good. So there will be an offensive breakdown for the A1 since day one members covering this Dolphins game because I feel like there is still a lot of good to come out of it. So at Dylan Tereman on YouTube, I would certainly appreciate all the subscribers.
Just put the link in again, everyone. Go support Dylan because he supports this channel daily and is a great guest that we have on once a week. In this case, twice a week. Dylan joined us on the pregame show before Jets Dolphins. On that note, I want to thank you all who watched. Again, couldn't do it without you. And in honor of Aaron Glenn trying to Adam Gase this one, that's right, a positive Gase thing we need Sunday. Gase getting his first win after an 0-4 start against the Cowboys. Glenn trying to do the same. I leave you with this. Go Jets.
And Jet fans are clueless. I mean, they're dopes. They don't know anything. This is a really good hire. Gase is a great coach. Gase is a great coach. Okay, Adam Gase is Kyle Shanahan before Kyle Shanahan. Gase is a great coach.
What is this? Who is this guy? Bad freaking Bunny. What is that?
Hey, here's the deal. Just got no chance unless you click on that like button. And you got to make sure you subscribe to the Jake Asman Show. You don't, you can get the f*** out. Now let's go, Asmaniacs. We're built for this shit.